Oh, is this working? Okay. If anyone sees this, things are getting really bad. I've been stranded about 8 million years in the past, and I'm just in this deserted desert wasteland. I managed to find some sort of ancient temple structure that I holed up in for 100 days, but now, I don't know. I'm going to sleep and try to figure something out tomorrow. Oracle? Is that you? Where are we?
You are still in the desert. You're sleeping. But for some reason, I can see you again.
I shouldn't be able to see you. I thought this world was a blind spot for you now.
It was, but something changed. The timelines are diverging.
Timelines? What? What are you talking about?
There are 2 different paths now, but that isn't your main concern. Right now, the zombie horde has completely consumed the entire world. James, you need to get underground.
Look, when the Oracle says you need to get underground in a dream, you get underground. So I dug a hole and I jumped in it. Look, it was getting way too hot up there anyway. First thing I did was I made a cobble hammer out of the cobblestone that I was able to punch with my fist. That speeds it along a lot. I need to open up a little bit of space so I can actually get started. By using that hammer, I could actually hammer cobblestone into dirt, and then by using a crook on dirt, I'm actually getting saplings, so there might be some life down here underground anyway. Also, with all the cobblestone that I made, I was able to make a cobblestone chest and a cobblestone crafting table. Nice. Oh yeah, life indeed. It didn't take very long to actually make my first oak tree, and now I have access to wood underground. I'm not going to have to go back up basically ever. Hey, I got an oak tree, I got apples. What else do you need? All right, I know one thing you need. You need wool for a bed, and to make a bed, I put a silkworm into the tree, let it infest the tree, and then broke it, and I got a bunch of string. Of course, string can make wool, so hooray. Well, I got saplings from dirt. I wonder if I get ores from gravel, and yes, indeed. So, cobblestone to gravel, gravel to ores. All right, nice. Made a little crucible, and I could turn leaves into water, and now, thanks to some of the iron I got from gravel, I have an infinite water source. Awesome. This is really all I need to really get going here. Now, with water, life, food, ores, man, I mean, come on, I can live down here. You know, you can sieve other things, though, other than just gravel. I'm able to sieve dust, and with dust, you get all kinds of fun stuff, especially bone meal and redstone, and other things, but those are the 2 things that are key for me. With that bone meal, I made a crucible. You fire the crucible, and then you can actually make lava, just using a torch under. It's very slow. It is very slow. It's painful, but hey, it works. I'm able to make lava now. It took a long time, but finally the crucible worked through all the cobblestone I put in it, and I now have lava. Luckily, with this bucket, okay, things are good. Hey, who knows? I might be able to even get power sometime soon here. Yeah, but before I even really think about power, I need to make a cobblestone generator so I don't have to hand get every single cobblestone ever in my life. I'd like to have one generate. So I smelted 1 sand, and I'm able to, with a bucket of lava and bucket of water, make a cobblestone generator. Nice. I've been really hammering an absolute ton of cobblestone to make gravel just for ores. So I figured out you can make a compressed hammer. And with the compressed hammer, I can actually do this 9 times faster. And that is pretty awesome. You get an absolute crap ton of gravel this way. Nice. Awesome. You know, it's a funny thing how life turns out. I remember there were a lot of days Fred, whenever we were living together in the Arctic wasteland, would talk about eating cooked apples every day. And look at me. Here I am in my own bunker eating cooked apples. Eating my apples is nice, but you know what's even nicer is automated lava. So I got enough iron to make a hopper, and now I don't have to worry about my crucible running out of cobble anytime soon. The next big thing, and probably the first real machine I'm going to make, is a smeltery. It takes a lot of stuff. You got to make grout, and for that you need clay and gravel. Nothing's too hard to get. It's just all kind of time consuming. But once I get the smeltery set up, I can get doubled ores, and that is what I'm talking about. Okay, with a little bit of my lava from my crucible, I made a room and I put my smeltery in there. I now officially have ore doubling. So every single chunk I get from sieving becomes 2 ingots. That is wonderful. I only got a tiny bit of gold so far. You only get that from sieving sand, and that's just not really something I've sieved very much of, but I'm using a little bit of my valuable gold to make a cast. Now, using that cast, I can make an ingot cast, and then every time I double my ores, I can just smelt it right in there. Nice. Oh, baby, not very long later, I am rich in iron. In fact, so rich that I actually am doing blocks because I'm getting so much, and it takes quite a bit to do 9 ingots each individually. So yeah, I have a ton of iron. Things are really looking good. Now, I want to get even more iron, but to do that, I want to upgrade my string mesh into flint mesh. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm still using regular sieves. I need to switch to a compressed sieve, so I made one of those, and now I have 9 sieving things all at the same time. It's pretty sweet. And yeah, remember that redstone I talked about? Well, with a little bit of that redstone, I was able to make a timer. And that timer just sends out a redstone signal as long or as quickly as you want it to. So it can actually do this automatically. So then anytime I put a chunk into the smeltery, I just turn on the timer and it's going to turn on the faucet, and that is going to give me ores. I put in a hopper underneath to pull it out. So yeah, automatic, completely automated ore doubling. And among other things that I'm bored of doing is growing oak trees. So I made a couple bonsai pots and put them on a chest. This is not my end game situation here, but for right now, this should give me a constant supply of oak and apples. Things are about to improve quite a bit for me because from sieving all the gravel, I actually got 6 diamonds, and with that, I can make 1 diamond mesh. And since I'm using my heavy sieve, oh baby, diamond sieving gives you so much more rewards. I do just want to do a little bit of a test. So I made 64 compressed gravel, and I'm going to put all of it through and just see how much I get for it. Oh, I hope it's good. And it was good. My ore chest is completely full. In fact, full enough that I made a bunch of iron chests and stuff. I am really doing well. The next thing, though, I want to do is I don't want to have to redo things. If I'm going to be living down here in this bunker for a little while the Oracle figures out what's going on, well, I need a plan. So I made 4 different wings, and I want to look at the power wing because that's what I want to focus on next. Yeah, I was making clay and walking the whole way around my room. I gotta work smarter, not harder. This is way faster. So all clay requires is a dust, which you get from hammering dirt or sand into dust, and then you just put some water and you get clay. Awesome. Now, I don't know how much cobblestone I'm going to need in this bunker until the Oracle can get me out of here, but for now, these storage drawers were completely full. They do 32 stacks each, so I put some upgrades so that they will hold a ton more just in case I need it for building or whatever. My first instinct for power, though, is I think I want to do charcoal power. So, given how easy clay is to come by in a bonsai tree, I can just put down some chests, put bonsai hoppers on top, and then get a whole bunch of logs. I can smelt those logs into charcoal, and then with the charcoal, hopefully make some power. I hope. Upgrade all these to iron chests just because a regular chest won't sit next to each other. Probably a waste of iron, to be honest, but eventually, once I get power, iron will be free. Plant a whole bunch of oak trees, all oak. That way I get a bunch of apples to eat as well, so I won't starve, and I should be hopefully swimming in logs/charcoal soon. I found a way to slip into another dimension. It's the end dimension, and that's what I really need. I need end stone really bad because I'm hoping that I can grind end stone and maybe get ender pearls. Ender pearls are what's holding me up. There are no enemies, no mobs down in this hole that I'm in yet. So in lieu of fighting an enderman, I'm hoping I can just go there and get end stone to grind. Yeah, it took a long time to get here, but once I finally did, then I just collected a whole bunch of end stone. And again, with that, what I can do is I hammer the end stone into, I think it's called ender gravel, and with the ender gravel, then you can put it through a sieve and get a whole bunch of different things, ender lilies, and other stuff that I don't recall at this moment. But the really big thing I wanted to get, and I did compress this, so I'm doing 9 at a time, is draconian dust, because I want to make a grinder. I'm hoping that if I make a grinder, I should be able to actually get endermen and kill them without dying myself. Well, what I really need for a good, effective mob farm, though, is I need a drop of evil. And the only way to get a drop of evil is from wither skeletons. And the only way to get wither skeletons, since there's no way into the nether here, is I need to use witch water, which I just made, and put a skeleton into it. Hopefully I can figure that out somehow. My initial plan is to just use a, not a dropper, but the other one, the one that puts a bucket out, and just have it on a timer, so every once in a while it'll drop witch water out and then not, and keep the room dark, and hopefully a skeleton will just randomly spawn and then get pushed by the witch water down, and then I can kill it and hopefully get a drop of evil. And yeah, it didn't take long at all. On literally my first kill, the very first wither skeleton that I killed, I got a drop evil. So now things are going to get a lot better. I did make my grinder, so I'm all ready to go, except for power, I guess. You know, look, if things go well and according to plan, this may be the only mob farm I will ever have to make, no matter how long the Oracle leaves me in this bunker. I mean, this is kind of endgame level mob farm as soon as I put this drop of evil down. What the drop of evil does, as soon as I put it down here, is it's going to convert all this dirt into cursed earth, and that makes mobs spawn like absolute crazy. So I just have a coal generator there that's powering up the grinder, and hopefully I'm going to get a bunch of ender pearls so I can make a collector. Because right now, every time it kills something, it just leaves their loot laying on the ground. The really cool thing about this is, though, is it spawns regardless of if you're really close to it or whatever, as long as it's not lit up. So you can see there is an absolute crap ton of mobs spawning, crap ton of stuff on the ground. I'm just looking for an ender pearl. Oh, and finally I made one. I got an item collector. I made that. That only takes one ender pearl to make. Now I'm getting a lot of junk, so I'm going to have to filter this out so I don't have all the junk filling up my whole inventory. I only want to keep the good stuff. And yeah, there's some weird stuff that's going on, because even though I have lights, that guy just appeared. And I'm pretty sure he somehow got through the wall, and I don't know how. So that's really weird. I need quartz, so I'm going to use my witch water, which was kind of hard to get. I sieved a lot of dirt to get the ancient spores, and I'm going to use it to make one soul sand. All you got to do is put regular sand into witch water, and you get soul sand. However, it consumes, unfortunately, your witch water. And yeah, I got my one quartz, but unfortunately, I misread the recipe. I need more. But hey, I figured something out. You know what? I have power now, even though it's just a coal generator, so I can make an atomic reconstructor, and that will zap sand into soul sand. I had to make something else called a crusher, and yeah, it's kind of weird. I have to move my machines to my generator just constantly and just keep on throwing coal. This is not a great system. I need to improve this at some point. But here's the big thing I wanted. I wanted to be able to make an alloy smelter, make electrical steel, which just requires silicon, crushed, pulverized coal, and iron. Not too expensive, and now I can actually make something called a Yeti wrench, and now I can get a quartz from soul sand. Well, the reason why I wanted that quartz was to make a drawer controller. That way I can just put up a whole bunch of storage drawers here, and it's going to take all the items from the mob farm and just stick them in drawers. That way they're easily expandable, and it's an easy way to see what I need to filter out and throw in a trash can. This is great. I really feel like I've made a lot of progress here so far. A lot of lava going on here. So with that lava, I'm able to actually make netherrack. I don't need a lot. I just need 4 netherrack bricks to make the next machine that I really need to progress. And yeah, with this very first machine that I made, I have a double furnace and a generator that is going to be knocking out all of the oak that I'm getting from my bonsai trees and making charcoal. Then I can filter it from the furnace right back into the furnace to power it up in the generator. And I have now completely fully renewable power. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Oh, baby. I was trying to figure out how to get paper other than just making a huge sugarcane farm, and I found something called a paper bark sapling, and it grows in bonsai pots. Oh, baby. It's like free paper. I don't have to do anything. And I made energy cells. I was able to make 2, which is really all I need. And this is going to be the absolute key to this entire bunker that I'm making underground here. All you have to do is make a couple energy cells, use these cards to link them together, and they share power throughout your entire base. This is great. I never have to run cables for miles and miles and miles. I actually made 3. I have one now over at the grinder, one at the sort of machine area, and then, of course, the main one that's accepting power from the generator. So I now have 3, and they all share power. So it's also not only am I transporting power, but it's also a battery. This is an unbelievable machine. It really changes everything. Now, from sieving dirt, I was able to get rice seeds, and after I grew this up with all the bone meal that I'm living on now, thanks to my mob farm, I was able to make rice balls. Rice balls are basically the same as slime balls, which means you can make a sticky piston. Oh man, and I know where I'm going next with the sticky piston now. We're getting towards applied energistics and computers. Now, I throw charged quartz, redstone, and nether quartz, which I have tons of thanks to my atomic reconstructor, into water, and I get fluix crystals. This stuff is like the last major craft I need before I can make an inscriber. The digital storage, oh, it's so close. I do need to plan ahead a little bit, though, because once you get in the computer age, power starts to become, well, a little bit more important, because you put all your items into digital storage. If you run out of power, well, you are in big, big trouble. So I made another generator just to make sure I stay on top of it for now. And yeah, everything came to a screeching halt. I had to make these seeds, and they take forever to grow. I did put one growth accelerator down there, but it's not even doing anything. This is bad. So I spent a lot of my resources, my very precious and hard-earned resources, to make a crystal growth accelerator, and what you can do is put seeds right in there. However, unfortunately, it's not getting power. It's not doing anything. A little bit of messing around later, I figured out that I need a power acceptor, and once I did that, this really, really works. Now, I'm chewing through my power, but I don't need to use this all the time. It's so much faster, and I don't even have speed accelerator cards yet. Oh, I made a crafting terminal. Things are really, really, really looking good. I don't know how to make it face me, but yeah, things are looking really good. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and there it is. Check it out. A crafting terminal. Oh, man. Now, I don't have any space, so I can't actually put anything in yet. I need discs. So I made one. I made one 4K disc, and let me just tell you, it filled up basically instantly. It was so full so fast. I need a lot more, and yet making these manually, it takes a long time. I've got to start automating stuff really fast. I mean, my goodness, seriously, I've been smelting so much of these ore that I'm getting from all the sieving. I need a whole 4K disc just for the ingots, which is a good problem. It's good to have too many materials, but yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, look, I've been on the grind for technology for a really long time now. I would really like to spend some time decorating just so it doesn't look like I'm living in just, well, the hole in the earth that it actually is. Yeah, doubling ores in my smeltery is cool and all, but now I have power, so I made a crusher and a double furnace, so I can just throw a whole bunch of ore parts up in the top, and then they just get automatically kicked into my chest. Because, you know, here's the big reason why. My lava production was really, really slow, so I had to constantly wait for it to fill up my smeltery again. So I made something called a superheating element. This thing heats lava and creates lava 60 times faster than a torch. It's really, really nuts. So I need to start using lava for something. First, though, I made an igneous extruder to actually make obsidian. Now, this thing's really, really good, but it requires water. So with a liquid transfer pipe, I'm able to pipe the water right up from the source block down below it, right into the igneous extruder, and then lava right from the crucible into it. Powering it with another energy cell, things should work. No, I got it working finally. So now free obsidian forever for basically just a little bit of power. Nice, awesome. I also want ender chests. Since I can move power around wirelessly with the energy cells, I want to be able to move my items around using ender chests. And to do that, I need blaze rods. So I made a compactor to compact all the blaze powder I'm getting from sieving into blaze rods. And then continuing my automation, I made an auto hammer and auto sieve. Gravel's my main thing that I'm sieving right now. I'd like to sieve more different things, and that's going to be the plan coming soon. But for right now, gravel's my big one because that's giving me most of the ores that I need outside of basically gold. Oh, and take a look at this beauty thing here. I made 3 different automatic sieves. Not dirt. Who cares about sieving dirt? But I'm sieving gravel and sand and dust all the time. Dust is giving me things like redstone, bone meal, Certus quartz. Sand is giving me gold and other things. And then, of course, gravel is giving me most of my base ores. I never touch any of these. They're getting auto-imported thanks to an all-white ender chest, and we are in business. Except for, oh yeah, I'm out of power. Oh. So I think it's already time to move away from the age of coal and move into the age of lava power. This should be really, really easy. I made 4 magmatic dynamos, and since I have superheating elements for lava, I should never run out. Using a few upgrades and the harden, I actually get 480 RF per tick per dynamo. That's like 2000 RF. Nice. Now, I've been really hard on the grind. There's a whole bunch of different directions that I could go right now, but honestly, I just need some time to kind of think about this. I don't want to rework the system later, so I want to build a basement now so that I can put all my pipes and stuff below where I'm actually living. So knowing where my power wing is going to be, I want to dig down below it where that way I can put all the power stuff in the wing and then pipe all the stuff that I need over to the other wings, like the processing wing and the living wing and all that kind of stuff. So let's make this look a little bit nicer, but yeah, maybe we'll put an elevator in here later on. Yeah, I've been using that party pick since I got here, basically, and it is out now. So I need something better. It broke. So I need to make something else. I'm thinking I'm going to make a drill. The drill is rechargeable, and it's upgradable. So I can make it a 3x3 or even a 5x5 drill pretty easily. Nice. It does have to be charged in this energizer, which is just pulling power right out of my energy cell. No big deal. I tell you, I have dug so many rooms out just using a single block pick. To now have 3x3 ability is an absolute game changer. And I can even just do 1 block just by shifting. Really, really, really nice. Awesome. I'm loving how this is going to make everything so much faster to add rooms and add hallways and all that kind of stuff. And boom, a very short time later with my new drill, I have the biggest room I've added on so far. And I'm going to make it look kind of nice with chisel. It's still, I'm just chiseling cobblestone. I'm not making the greatest thing that's ever been, but it looks better than just regular old stone, I think. Again, since I ran out of power that one time and it caused me a huge headache, I want to stay ahead of it. So I added 4 more magnetic dynamos, all hardened. So we are now up to 4,000 RF per tick as long as the lava keeps up. But I'm starting to actually branch out. I'm going to have an auto-crafting room, and I might have it kind of soon. So I want to put my controller actually in the auto-crafting room. That's where most of my connections are. Then I can have a terminal set up basically anywhere I want. So I'm going to put another newly made energy cell up there and link it, and then I will just put the controller on top. The good thing about controllers is you can make more than one. So I'm going to make a pretty big controller here, so I have a lot of faces to link out different channels. I made 2 molecular assemblers, connect it to my controller, and I should be all good. I don't really know how this works, though. I think you have to have interfaces that go into the molecular assembler and then use patterns, I think. I'm not really sure. I've actually been working on this for quite some time, so I had to make a crafter. So I just made some 1K crafters that I think sort of tell the computer how to make things, but yeah, it's still not working. So I still have something wrong. I just can't figure it out. Oh my goodness, I just figured they're not powered. So they have to get regular power from the cable and then the interface actually supplies the patterns. As soon as I did that, they start glowing, everything's online, it's going to work. And yeah, I have 2 autocrafters. It took me about, I don't know, maybe a minute to fill them up with their 18 patterns. You get 9 patterns each. This room's not nearly big enough. I need to make this room a lot bigger. I'm making all my rooms the same size. Just it's what you can reach from standing. That just makes it a little bit easier to sort of make it all look kind of the same, like the same dude built it, which is me. I'm the dude. I'm the same dude who built it. Me. So I got to automate this inscriber situation. So I made 4. One's for silicon, one's for gold, one's for Certus quartz, and one is for diamond. And I'm going to have them all routed all individually. And then a 5th one that actually combines them all together. Whoa, but hold everything. I didn't have a section lit up. And look, it's a zombie villager. Oh, I'm not going to kill him. We're going to do something with him. Yeah, let me light up everything, though, to make sure I'm safe first. So I named my guy Bob in honor of our friend Fred, and I turned around and there were creepers right behind me. Luckily, I was able to get the ladder before, but I got to make sure everything's lit up down here. I'm in an underground world, so any area where mobs could possibly break in and spawn, that is exactly where they will. Everything has to be lit up perfectly. I made this little holding room, prison, I don't know, area for Bob. Bob's going to live right there until I can figure out a way to cure him. I'm gonna bring him back. We're gonna save Bob, right? Yeah, we are. We're gonna save him. So So I learned about something new. It's called an upper. It's basically a hopper, but it goes up. So this is not endgame automation, but for right now, I can put a whole bunch of these in and not have to worry about it till it's done. Oh, I was able to make 6 more 4K discs and completely fill up one drive. Now, this should hold basically everything I have so far. Hopefully, we'll be able to make more and autocraft some stuff fairly soon. Now, these inscribers are such a pain to use usually, so I have a plan where I'm going to use an ender chest, one that is blue-white to actually get all of the items, and then use just transfer nodes and stuff with filters to put the items I'm putting in the chest into the right place. It should work. Thankfully, I'm getting a bunch of ender pearls from my mob farm so that I can actually make conduits, which can transfer items. Really nice. Didn't take too long, and everything's all set up to autocraft, I think. But with all that being said and all that automation done, I think it's time for another base expansion. I want to kind of go this way. I dug around the mob farm just so it looks a little bit nicer and so it's not so claustrophobic. I also think maybe at some point I might get some glass where it lets you see the mobs that are spawning. I don't know how to make that yet, but it might be a cool idea. Now, this wing I'm in right now is called the Organic Quad, which is going to be obviously mobs, but then also some greenery, some maybe regular food farms, some mobs, all that kind of stuff. Now, remember, not too long ago, I said, who needs to sieve dirt? Well, I do, because I need actually grass seeds, and also various plant seeds. So, yeah, I'm sieving a bunch of compressed dirt. It shouldn't take too long. I should be able to get all the seeds you can get from this method. Yeah, I actually also need just regular seeds and a lot of them to get a wheat farm started, and also it wouldn't hurt to have some dyes, so some red and yellow dyes are going to free up some more possibilities for making various ender chests, so yeah, let's get it all. I made a 64 block long underground farm, and this is going to be very manual, but for right now, I just need a lot of like wheat, flax, hemp, carrots, potatoes, just all the stuff, and I just need a lot of it. So I figured this is just gonna be the easier way to go. Now, eventually, I will automate this all using machines and probably do away with this, but for right now, it's gonna be pretty nice to have access to a lot of different foods. I am just constantly out of nether quartz, so I have a plan to be able to make that. Now, mycelium, if you put a barrel of water on top of mycelium, it will actually convert automatically and free into witch water, which is a lot better than going through ancient spore route. So I planted some, I'm just going to let it spread, I hope. So all I got to do is use this liquid transfer node to put water into the barrels, and then that should automatically convert over time to witch water. Then I could either pipe out the witch water, or I could pipe in sand from maybe a auto hammer or something like that. And then I should have basically a limitless supply of soul sand, and then thus quartz once I sieve it. Okay, a little bit messing around later. I think I got it all figured out. So I got a auto hammer that's making sand, putting into a barrel for overflow, and then that's getting put into these. And then there's other item transfer conduits that are taking it out and putting it into a special purple white chest. That purple white chest will then go on top of the sieve, and that should make free nether quartz, I think. Now, the next thing I need to go is I need to start automating some actual machines, because say I want to make a whole bunch of crushed nether quartz. So I put a crusher down here with an interface in the back connected to my ME system, and anytime I want, I can just request it. The system will automatically send the quartz into the crusher, and I will get crushed nether quartz. The next thing I need is another manual farm, though, because a lot of recipes require green dye. So I got some cactus from sieving all that dirt, I think, and I can put down sand, and I'm going to just grow some regular cactus. Now, I have an idea to automate this, maybe now even. Yeah, I think I could use a farmer from what's actually additions, and then just power it with an energy cell, then use a ender chest to just import it right in. I think that'll just farm the cactus right up. Nice. I moved my cobblestone production here because I want to have a couple different methods to make other materials. Like, for example, if you put redstone into a barrel, then you'll automatically get netherrack. I want to automate that. And there's a few other things, like you can make endstone by putting glow dust into lava too, and some other stuff. So I want to have all that automated. So I'm using a chest to automatically do that just with some conduits. The other thing you can make is something that I need to actually make more drives and things like that, and that's skystone. So you get skystone dust from sieving, and then to make it, you actually have to put it in lava. So I set up my lava production set to do that, and it does look like I'm actually getting it completely automated with all these machines. Nice. It's not very fast. It's actually really slow. It's actually really, really slow, but I don't think I'm going to need much. This is basically just for controllers in the drive, and after you make those, you don't really need more. So hopefully I can just make a bunch right now and then not have to worry about it. However, my wiring is a just giant mess right now. Look at how everything is terrible. I need smart cables because they can put out 32 channels. I don't have enough for dense smart cables right now, so I need maybe more controllers that might actually make a lot more sense. I'm just really running out of room. Hey, check out. Hey, Poppy. How'd you get in here? Well, welcome to my bunker, my best friend forever. So I have a few big things auto-crafting, and while that's going on, I wouldn't mind working on this floor, making it look pretty nice. These factory blocks are just so nice. I mean, this looks awesome. I love it. From my mob farm, I have an absolute crap ton of clay loot crates, which this is actually my primary source of clay. So I made this auto opener thing to do it and just auto import right into my system, and it's really awesome. I mean, I just got like a bunch of stacks of clay for free, basically. Oh, baby, but this is the time that things really change because I got 32 channel dense smart cables made and actually set to Autocraft too. I can now actually really start to dig into storage. So my plan is going to be, I'm going to have ender chests right here. That way I can move things around. Like if I need soul sand in a certain place, then I can just make a purple, white soul sand ender chest and it'll automatically be full because that's what it's being imported into. But I can also add a storage bus on the back of it and have access to it within my ME system as well. It's kind of a double whammy system. I really like it. And oh yeah, the Skystone recipe did work because I was able to make 2 more drives and 4 more 4K discs. I always make 4K disc. I don't see any reason necessarily to go into the 64K. Really, I could just make whole banks of auto-crafted 4Ks and I don't know. Why not? It's a little faster to auto-craft. So I'm out of one very specific thing, Grains of Infinity, which you really need for any Ender IO machine. So I made a second dust sieve, which means I had to make like 3 auto hammers and another cobblestone generator just to get down to dust so I can sieve it. But hopefully we'll get a lot more Grains of Infinity now and we can move on. Oh, but you know, the thing that really is a drag about doing all the machines is finding where the mistakes actually happen. Somehow I am having a hold up here where I'm putting in the stuff for my circuits, my circuit presses and stuff, and I'm not getting them back. I'm not sure exactly why. I may need to figure out a better system to do this. I don't know. I thought this would be perfect, but it's not really working. Oh, never mind. I found out the problem. I was totally out of power. So another 4K or another 4 dynamos, which means it's bringing me up to, unfortunately, a little bit more power than I can actually handle because I have all these upgraded to 500 each, essentially. So that means 5 times, 16? Yeah, I think that's more power than my base level flux duct conduits can actually handle. I'm not sure what to do now. Yeah, as I suspected, that wasn't enough. So I made the second version of these power conduits, and yeah, it's working perfectly. These power conduits will do 5K per tick. The other ones did like maybe like 600 or something. It's a big difference. So by changing that out, now I don't need to use the enhanced version on all my machines, but I just need to use it where all the power is going into the energy cell. And not shocking to anybody probably, but now I'm out of lava. So now I'm making a lot more power, but I'm out of lava. So I made a couple ender tanks. They run the exact same as ender chests, and I'm going to make 2 superheating element crucibles and get the lava to go right into my all white ender tank, and then use an ender tank on top rather than have to make a new lava generator for each single power tower I have to make as I further expand. I think it's probably the best way to go, and it's a module, so I can just keep on adding more and more until I don't run out of lava anymore. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm thinking. Just put a tank up there, get a couple fluid conduits that come out. Now, these are still the baseline fluid conduits, so I can make the better ones, but for right now, this should work, and I'll only put 8 dynamos per, which I think is going to be a lot better. I did go ahead and change out the fluid conduit because that was a hang-up. These are maximum. These are instantly liquid transferring conduits, and they go out actually as fast as like 1 tick instantly. So I made 3 power towers, which means I have a total of 860. I have 24. I have 24 dynamos running at full power all the time, all upgraded to the hardened level. But guess what? I have another holdup. It's my quartz production, because I'm using quartz for one thing now, and I'm going to use it for another thing later. That I'm going to get a ton for it. So right now I'm using it for basically 4K discs, like redstone components, all that kind of stuff. I need a lot better and a lot faster soul sand so that I can get more quartz. The sieve is basically empty all the time, so I need to make soul sand faster so I can progress. One of the things that will help this is actually if I could have faster water pickup. I think the water is actually going a little slow. So I dug up this little area right here and I got some water mills. And these water mills make something called grid power, which is a whole different kind of power. But by using grid power, I can actually make speed upgrades from the water transport nodes and get as much water as I could possibly handle if you just stack a few speed upgrades on top of each other. Yeah, and check it out. Just with a little bit of grid power, I was actually able to make this. I think it's called resonant stone. It doesn't. It's the kind of stone that you need to make other things like water mills that I don't have to do it by hand. Oh, yeah. I went from 3 barrels to 8 barrels, and it is a lot better. The water's staying full all the time. All these conduits are moving very fast. They're all the highest level. Yeah, things are going really well. I'm getting a constant supply of single soul sands. It'd be nice if I was getting more, but for right now, I'm happy with single soul sands. I made this resonant machine. I think that's going to be basically all the machines I need for a little while. I have a sag mill, alloy smelter, pulverizer. I mean, should be good. I don't know, I'll probably think of more, but for right now, I think I can make just about everything I need. I have 6 auto crafters all set up, 3 different crafting things, which sort of tell the computer how to make the items. Yeah, I mean, we're in a good place. Yeah, so I found all these storage drawers, and I just decided to go ahead and sort of combine them for right now because I just have stuff everywhere, and I'd really like to sort of get my storage into this room. This is going to be my storage room forever. I don't think it'll be bigger than that, so I need to be really good. I'd like to have a nice view, too. You know, I want things to look really nice, and so far I've not spent very much time on making things look nice. Now, I got this exchanger, which is really awesome because I want to make the main room of my bunker where I've been spending all of my time. I think that's going to be my elevator. So I'm going to have an elevator that's going to go different floors, and what I'll do is I'll make it look, you know, really nice. So you will either walk through there to different quads, or you'd go up and down right from there. It'd be a nice meeting place. I really want to have white walls and want to use laboratory blocks. Unfortunately, I only used a few and I'm totally out of quartz. I got to come up with a better quartz deal, and I decided how I want to get it is chicken. So you can actually just make a chicken egg with 8 quartz and an egg, which is easy. So I made that. I'm going to use some seeds to speed it up, and I'm hoping that I can get some quartz from chicken lays. This is my main room. You don't even recognize it. It looks so nice. I mean, look, the laboratory blocks on the walls look so good. I love it. I dug down into the basement, so when you're walking these little throughways, you look down and you see all the other floors, which right now is just one, but eventually it could be more. Yeah, I love this. Well, it's been 90 days since starting this bunker and leaving my desert apocalypse wasteland, and I came down and I made an elevator just like I had planned to, and oh, baby, it is so cool. I love it. I actually went ahead and made a second floor, though I have no plans to expand on that yet, but it's there. These screens, everything, the whole thing. Oh, I love this. Oh, man, this makes me happy. You know, having so many things automated really helps, but one thing that is a little bit trickier is the actual addition stuff, because you have to use this atomic reconstructor, and to do that, I just use a dropper that's dropping on a pressure plate, giving it a signal, and then shooting a beam. It's not so effective, because it can do more than one item at a time, but whatever. Look, I think my nether quartz issue may be over, and I'm mostly excited about that. These chickens are going to be great. It's actually kind of stunningly fast. I mean, they're putting out 3 quartz like every couple seconds. Might actually be too fast. I may have a storage issue soon. Uh-oh. Now, look, I know that the Oracle isn't ready to get me out of here yet, so I put up some screens so I can continue expanding each direction. I'm going to have the living wing, the power wing, the ore smelting or processing wing, and an eventual magic wing. But that's not yet. It's been 100 days now since I came down in this bunker. The whole place is looking really nice, and I have infrastructure laid out for more. I have no idea how long I'm going to be here, but it's going to be a heck of a lot longer than Fred was in his bunker, I'll tell you that. Fred stayed in his bunker for 200 days, and I'm going to be in here for a lot more. So, knowing that, let's make sure we get everything done right. I'm excited about this, and if you are, just wait until you see what happens in the next 100 days.
to your friends, Steve, Tepic, and Edwin.
Oracle, that would be amazing. I'm sure they could use my help defending the world against Cal.
8 million years is a long time, even for me. It will take me some time to consolidate the power to bring you across the centuries.
Oh, okay, I can wait. How much time?
I'm not sure. The two versions of this world are fighting each other. I fear only one timeline can survive.
Oracle, you haven't told me anything about the two timelines diverging. What are the differences?
One has patches of humanity becoming civilized again after the climate catastrophe.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember Hank telling us about the climate catastrophe of his time, but I didn't know it got so bad.
As bad as it was, the other timeline is much worse. There are no humans left. Only the undead. Are you surviving still?
Yeah, Oracle, can't you see me? I thought you could.
No, only when you sleep now. The timelines are diverging further. I worry.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
It is, I'm afraid. I believe the timeline humanity is wiped out, and the undead rule is becoming stronger.
I don't understand. Won't Steve Tepic appear on this planet in 8 million years and recruit the locals to help fight against Cal?
Yes.
Okay, but if humanity's getting wiped out, there will be no locals to help him make his army.
Yes. I don't know, James. I just don't know.
Well, I will admit, my most recent conversation with the Oracle has really kind of messed me up. I need this dog to love me so we can at least be friends down here. It's pretty darn lonely. Well, I don't really have a choice, though. I just got to keep on going. I got my chickens, and I want to continue with those because the Oracle is telling me that the two timelines are diverging, and the version where the undead completely dominate and rule this earth and there aren't any more people, well, that's not good. So if I'm the only one left, well, I need to survive then. Now, in the last 100-day segment, I was able to get some auto-crafting set up in my basement here. I actually have some even crafting monitors, and things are pretty good. I can actually make a lot of stuff. My processing units are a little slow, but for right now, it's okay. I have a power tower with ore processing as well, using magmatic dynamos and lava generation for power. I started setting up some hemp because right now I've still been eating cooked apples and I would like to eat other things. I don't think hemp is the answer to my dietary needs, but right now at least I have an auto crafting hemp setup because I think I might need this for machines later on. So for right now, we'll just get it going. Now, lighting up down here is a really big deal, and glowstone is actually kind of a problem. So I have quartz chickens that are kicking out an absolute ton of quartz. I wonder if I could do the same with glowstone chickens. Wouldn't that be nice if I could just get chickens to provide me with light from my bunker? Fortunately, a glowstone chicken is not that far down. You just need a yellow chicken and a quartz chicken and breed them together, and then just need to get lucky. Now, these are really slow breeders for now, but I hope to improve upon that later on. And the next phase, I'm going to need a lot of red dye, and again, a red dye chicken is actually pretty darn easy too. You just surround a chicken egg with red dye, and I got some of that from just bone mealing grass here, so not too bad. Now, in the meantime, I'm continuing to breed up my chickens so I can get 10, 10, 10 chickens instead of right now I have like 1, 1, 1 chickens. The 10 ones poop out a lot faster. I do want to color code my quads. I want one white for living, green for maybe magic down the road, red for power, and orange for ore processing. Yeah, it didn't take long, but so I'm getting so many chickens that I don't want, like a 454 chicken, 763 chicken, all that kind of stuff. So I made a little furnace here, and I'm just going to smelt them up. Look, a man's got to eat, right? I mean, come on. I won't smelt up the 10-10-10 chickens. I'm going to keep them in a little tiny coop producing goods for me forever and ever. So is that better? Might be better. No, baby, didn't take long, but my glowstone situation is solved. I have 3 stacks of 10-10-10 glowstone chickens. It is just rolling in. Now, I use an all-white ender chest to import into my computer system, so things are really good. Each chicken I get, I'm going to make sure that they're 10-10-10, and then I should never have to worry about that particular resource again. However, I'm after all the dyes because, honestly, they're kind of hard to get in this stone bunker, and I need them sort of just on demand. I don't want them to clutter up my system, so I'm going to use storage drawers to hold all of my dyes and just have it auto-export into these. One thing I know I really worked on in my first 100 days was making sure they don't have to redo things over and over. So this is going to be kind of my endgame storage solution here, where I'm just going to keep on expanding this little area. And I think one thing that I can use is by using storage buses on these. And yeah, I'm going to need infinite storage on some things like cobblestone, quartz, stuff that I always want to have absolutely maxed. But I have already spent, believe it or not, 30 days on chickens, and I have a lot. I'm really into some pretty advanced chickens like Yolorium, which you can use for making giant reactors, and cobalt, which is a really precious ore, all kinds of stuff. So much. And at this point now, I was going to stop, but at this point, honestly, I'm pretty darn close to finish, so let's just do it. I'm going to finish. I'm going to get all the chickens in one giant fell swoop. Okay, so now it's day 152. Believe it or not, I'm 52 days into this already, and yeah, I have a lot of chickens. Everything's really good. My smeltery's going. I have expanded some of my cobble production and stuff already because I'm running out of power a little bit, but hopefully once I get all the chickens that I'm going to need processing, I could actually turn off some of my auto hammers and auto sieves and stuff. And finally, 8 days later, day 160, I am done. I have all the chickens that I want. I might end up expanding that a little bit more, but right now I'm pretty good. I want to work on some actual processing. Now, you know, one of the things is I don't want to move my rooms around, so I'm actually expanding my ME system right now, so I'm good. I think it can be this big. I'm not sure, but having all these extra possible attachments to my controller would be really, really nice for later. I could hook up unlimited machines to all this. But I do have some regrets because I should have added a floor between floors, so I kind of did that by just putting a drop ceiling in my main autocrafting room and using some dense smart cables to get around. Unfortunately, it's only 2 blocks tall, and I really wish it were 3 because at 2 blocks tall, I can't get over cables, but 3 blocks tall, I could just jump over them, so it just makes things less convenient. But it's okay. We'll work it out. Just, you know, next time I build an apocalypse bunker, darn it, I'm going to build floors in between my floors for access. You know, I have dyes, so what I should have done and what I might end up changing these out for is I made all just regular Fluix colored dense cables, which means I have to have a space in between them, but I could have dyed them, which means they wouldn't connect automatically. This is like the neutral color, which will connect to any dye. So if I only dye one, it doesn't really help. So I may have to redo this again. Oh, baby, this Empower is so cool. It's such a cool way to get some items. Actually, I have a lot of these items coming from chickens now, but still, I need this for some specific crafts. One of the complicated things about automating the Empower is certain items need to go to certain things, and there's quite a few of them. So I actually need an advanced filter. And to make an advanced filter, I got to use a thing called a slice and splice, which actually requires like a zombie head. Fortunately, I'm getting those from my grinder, my mob grinder, so I actually have a lot of them, but it's weird recipes, really hard. After quite a bit of filter work where you have to really put every single item into the filter, I thought it should be working right now. I'm not exactly sure why it's not. I'm using 2 different ender chests. One is to insert items, and the second is to... Oh, you know what? I didn't put a filter on my export, so what it did is it just took all the items out of my all pink or magenta and put it all right into that. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to insert filter to make sure only the completely finished crafted items go in so they don't just automatically get sucked out. Okay, quick proof of concept later, and it does work. I'm able to now make all the empowered ores, which can actually make me, I can make some pretty advanced machines. Look how cool that is. It's pretty awesome. Now, right now I don't have it auto exporting, so what I'll do is I'll set up those filters, but it works, and I'm happy with that. Nice. I think there are still a few little kinks to work out. Like, for example, if I try to craft multiple things at once, it could use some items from one recipe and some items from another recipe. So I'm not sure exactly how to handle that. I'll have to deal with that later. But for right now, we're good. However, that's not the only problem that I need to work out. I got some real storage problems. See all these red lights? That means my 4K drives are totally full. So what I want to do is I want to make more storage drawers here where I can put all the items I'm getting, like a ton of, basically all the chicken items, and go into storage drawers, because then I can void the excess and not fill up my drives. I've never even considered crafting 60 storage disks at the same time, but here we go. Let's see if I can do it. I came up to check on my chickens, and I actually removed some of I had 3 of some things like quartz and glowstone, and it just fills up so fast. Right now, I can hold 65,000 in one storage drawer. I think that's enough. Unfortunately, I am going to run out of space. I thought this hallway was plenty long enough, but there's still a couple of the very, very advanced chickens, and yeah, I need more room. I mean, look how many items I'm importing now. This is going this fast, and it's going every single second of my life. That's how much I'm importing. I got to deal with my storage. This is getting bleak. Before I move on to even the next thing, I really want to upgrade my drill. Right now, I am digging out rooms with my little 3x3 drill. I think I can do better. I think I can move up to 5x5 drill, and that would be really nice. And also, Silk Touch would be really nice. So every time I break a light, I don't need to recraft it. So that would be cool. This room, I'm starting not to need this room anymore now that power is not quite as big of an issue, and I'm auto farming, so maybe it'll go at some point. I would like to get a few cows. I actually need milk for a couple recipes, so I made some cow bait and put down a little bit of water. Now I just need to wait for them to... Well, that was really fast. Okay, that worked great. All right, hooray, cows. And the reason why I need those cows was to make a cake, and whenever I searched for it, I actually already had a cake in my Emmy system. I don't really know how. I don't know where it came from, but whatever. Since I made Speed 2, let's go ahead and make Speed 3 upgrade. It just requires an empowered diamond, and yeah, all right, we're all good. Speed 3 for my drill. Nice. I do want to expand my power now before I actually need it, and I don't want to expand width-wise. I want to actually expand down and up. So, since we're in a bunker, that just seems like a perfect thing to do. I have 3 power towers. I'm going to expand each of them down another layer. Each power tower has a total of 8 magmatic dynamos that I can just connect up. So it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward, I think. I'm digging out this room for my power, and I'm constantly out of energy for my drill. It's really, really annoying, but you can see here where the new power level is going to connect to the main basement. So it's really smooth. I'm going to use red to signify that that's the power, and everything should be good. I made a triple battery that I think I might just go all the way up to a quad battery, and I'll just keep that on me, and that should wirelessly recharge my drill, so I won't have to charge it all the darn time. I'm checking my storage system, and yeah, I got a whole bunch of 4K discs, but if you look, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, it's just filling up so fast. I really need to focus on storage. But first, power. Now, I'm using energy cells to input all the power. That way, every time I want to just make another energy cell, I can just input it or output it from another energy cell. I did have to make the better conduits, though, because if I upgrade my magmatic dynamos, it will max out the layer 1 RF conduit, so I made the next level should work better. And yeah, I'm hardening all these, and actually, I can actually upgrade these more. I have the materials now thanks to my chicken, so I might take these right up to even the second, or who knows, maybe even the third layer, and that will put up a lot of RF all at the same time. I found these doors, and they just look really, really cool, so I'm going to use them to sort of partition off my power area. I'm not going to put doors on every hallway I have. It is only me living here after all, but these are good to keep me safe from the magmatic dynamos and everything else. And with that, I'm calling my power tower officially doubled. So I now have 2 layers of it from 24 to 48 dynamos, all pulling from my lava ender tank. So pretty good. Doubled power. So I've been auto hammering and auto sieving for now like 170 days, and I've barely used any of those ores. I would like to have all that stuff automated and processed now. So I made a sag mill and I made an alloy smelter, which I can upgrade to a higher tier using capacitors. Here's the main problem though. I can't process the pieces. I have to form those into chunks. So I made 9 mechanical crafters, and I'm going to teach each of them the recipe for pieces into chunks, and then use filters to only input the pieces into the one that is doing that particular recipe. Everything's all wired up, and actually it's really cool because the mechanical crafters don't require power. They just require some grid power, which I have lots of for my water mills. And this is just going to run forever. Now, it's going to take a long time to chew through each ore at first, but then the longer it runs, it'll eventually catch up. And then as I get more pieces, it should just automatically process them. You can see all the pieces are being formed, the chunks are going out, and they're going directly into the processing. Sweet. I would like to put pressure plates on these doors, but normal ones didn't look good, so I found these pressure plates that I can actually make, like, blend into my factory block floor, and they look really, really cool. That way I don't have to remember to close the door behind me, which I do have an issue with. So one of the things I really needed, though, for my smelting, I was not even getting close to chewing through the amount of pieces that I had and chunks. I needed the highest level of capacitors. So I made like the 5th level. There are still a few higher that are just out of my reach technologically for right now, but I'm pretty happy with it, and it's smelting really, really fast right now. So I'm good with that. It's also doing 3 at a time, so that's sweet. I would love to make the next tier of capacitor. It's really, really complicated, though. I need this phytogenic insulator to make something, and I'm kind of getting in territory where I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm going to mess with this for a little bit, but I'm not too hopeful I'll figure it out. Yeah, here I am again. You know what I had to do? I had to go to the end again a second time and get a whole bunch more endstone so I can sieve it down because I need draconic dust, and I'm totally out. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean draconic dust. I have some of that. I actually need chorus fruit. I have no chorus fruit, but you can plant chorus fruit in a bonsai hopper. So I only need really just one, and they're really rare. So I'm going to have to sieve a bunch of this, and hopefully I get one to plant. Hey, I got actually a couple, so I'm going to use one, and you put it in this thing with some of this special stuff, and it makes, I don't know, it makes something, I don't know the names of anything right now. I'm just clicking stuff. Here's the best thing, though. I won't ever have to go back to the end and get more stuff again, so things are really good. I'm going to actually plant a few of these, and that way I won't have to do this anymore. I should have an endless supply of chorus fruit. I think I could probably get rid of these. I'm not using them really for any meaningful wood and charcoal production anymore. I'm really getting all of my energy from lava, so maybe I'll make like a different tree farm at some point. Yeah, it's finally time to start dealing with all this storage. I made a whole bunch of storage buses and storage drawers, and it's time to really max this out. My chickens are clogging up my whole system. They're producing more than I can possibly use, so I need to put this into drawers. Now, I set all these drawers to priority 1 for storage. Unfortunately, what that means is that's only putting in the new things that come into my system and not the old, so it's not really working for all the old stuff to clear out my ME drawers. I had a sub-basement storage room because I can already foresee that I'm going to be out of space soon. I need to deal with that ahead of time so I don't clog up my entire system yet again. And, you know, I mean, the good thing is I can really add as many rooms as I want, especially heading down. Boy, this drill is really fast now. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It just takes a little bit of time, and I do want it to all look nice, so that means I just need quartz. But, hey, quartz is basically free now because of chickens, so, you know, whatever. I can make laboratory blocks anytime I want. I'm really, really hopeful that this is going to be the last major storage expansion that I need to do. I think it will be because the storage drawers can all be upgraded to hold like 65,000, and that's only if it's like a 4 storage drawer. If it's a single, way, way more than that. So I don't know. I don't think I'll need more. I did make this color applicator, though, to deal with these dense cables. It's really, really complicated and really hard, and I don't really know like what I'm doing or how to do this because they all connect to each other. I might have just been faster to just break it all and just replace, but regardless, now I'm committed now. I don't know what to do. Okay, and yeah, this is cool. So if one's red, you can put a yellow one right beside. You just can't put the regular fluix. Oh, this elevator's got to move. Oh man, what I would do to make this subfloor 1 or 2 blocks taller, it'd be so nice. But I have 128 channels now into my storage room, so that should be enough for basically everything. All the storage drawers and drives. Autocrafting, like really big orders, does get held up because I'm using this double crusher to crush a lot of stuff, and honestly, it's just really slow. So I'm starting to switch over to a sag mill that I can upgrade with capacitors to a pretty quick, a lot faster than double crusher anyway. Oh, baby. I mean, this is satisfying. A fully upgraded crystal growth chamber. Look at that. It's just so awesome. Otherwise, you have to wait like 20 minutes, an hour. I don't even know, like so long. And now it's just boom, 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 as fast as I can see. Oh, I love it. Speaking of not satisfying, because I want a crafting terminal down here, and I've used all 32 channels, I have to leave one drive short. That's just really annoying. It shouldn't matter, but it does. It really annoys me that I only have 7 drives on one little area. Someday I want to automate Fluix, but I don't know how to do it easily, and so I'm just throwing them in water manually and picking them up. It's not a big deal because I can make a lot at once because materials aren't a problem thanks to my chickens, but yeah, it's really painful right now. So what I had to do to unclog my drives is I actually had to make export buses and then disconnect all of these from storage drives to export everything out, because what it was doing is making a loop. So it's taking all the items from the drawer into the system and then putting them back in the drawer instead of takes items first from the ME drives. So a little complicated, but I figured out how to do it. So now I just have to do that. And then after I get everything exported from the 4K drives, then I can use my storage buses to then put anything new into the right place. Now, I have this sweet elevator, and I was just thinking, rather than expand out so I have to walk so far, I should just use the elevator and start working on the second floor. I don't really have a plan. I know I have a lot more things that I want to go up here, but I was thinking what would be cool is if I actually made this the same size as down below so I could look down and see. I just think it'd be really cool, open and expansive. Okay, a good bit of digging later, and yeah, I opened up my second floor to look down onto the first floor. It looks really cool, I have to admit. That's my mob farm, so this would be like the living area for the second floor and so on and so. Yeah, this is awesome. I love it. I only have 10 days left. I want to spend some time making this look a little bit nicer because I have a lot longer to live here. The Oracle has not contacted me in some time, and I'm hoping that he will again soon and let me know what the situation is up above. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit sad here, missing the sunlight and all that, but, I'd like to survive after all. Using these cable facades should help me clean up a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit of lighting glitch there, but I think it works generally okay. I don't know. It works okay. It's better than not, right? Now, I wired in a crafting terminal to each wing of the first floor, and I could just easily expand that up to the second and third and even fourth floor, whatever. So I should have the ability to just walk up to any wall wherever I am and get to my ME system right away. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, and I should mention, lesson learned, by the way, I'm actually remembering to put in access panels between. Unfortunately, they're still only 2 blocks tall. I am not that smart, but still, regardless, at least I have a place where I can wire some stuff and put little glass viewing areas out that would look nice and everything. Now, I have a tiny bit of time left. I do want to set up sort of the next phase for down the road, and one of the next phase things that I need to do is actually get into some trees. Because, I'm going to want to have a good access to not only all the different wood types, but also fruit trees. And we have those ability thanks to sieving dirt. So I'm going to get all of the 6 basic woods growing first and then check out maybe some fruit trees later. I turned off my auto import from the chickens because I forgot I was messing with it whenever I was doing the drawers downstairs. I'm turned it back on, and it's shocking how many items are imported. Whenever I set this to import, yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's getting imported into my system right now. Every second, that's what's getting imported. Wow. Actually planning ahead a little bit, though I don't need it yet. I actually autocrafted 160 4K drives for all of these, so I should be good from now going forward. Downstairs will be the next thing that I do after this room is all filled. Hey, we finished 200 days in this bunker. I'm still alive. Everything is going well. I have a lot of stuff automated. I wanted to get into some magic and some, villagers, if I can get anyone else to live with me down here. I have a lot of mob stuff. I definitely want to plant a lot of food. I mean, there are a lot of things I want to do down the road, but right now we did a lot. Look at those chickens, all these crops. I mean, the base is probably more than double size from the first 100 days, so I'm really, really happy about that. Not only is it double sized, but it just looks really, really cool. I have several crop farms all set up, like hemp and wheat and rice and cactus and so many different things. Regular carrots and food and potatoes. And so, I mean, everything is good as far as all that kind of stuff goes. I have every single chicken possible right now, getting tons of wheat for a cow project down the road. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with the progress. I am curious to see if hopefully the Oracle will contact me again soon. If not, well, we'll just do another 100 days and see what happens. Oracle, I have an idea. How long until you gather the strength to bring me forward in time to Steve Tepic?
Oh, some time yet.
Well, we know that the Inquisitors somehow did something to go back in time and populate this world with all zombies, right?
Yes, but I have no idea how. I couldn't see this world until the two timelines began to diverge.
And this version of history with all the undead is winning.
Yes, the longer it exists, the stronger it becomes.
On my old ship, the Sheriff, we had the ability to freeze people cryogenically. If we could rescue enough of the people still surviving in this world, I could freeze them and then set them to wake up and repopulate the Earth maybe 1,000 years before Steve Tepic arrives. That should give him enough time to use the population to fight Cal, right?
That could work, James. That could work.
Now, the first thing I want to do to start off this 100-day block is I want to fight something, and, well, to do that, I need actually a room to fight it in. I don't want it to run and ramp it all over my base, and, oh my goodness, I love this 3x3 mining drill. Oh, I love you, baby. I got another room dug out, and I think I am just about ready. Now, the first thing I'm going to want to use is witch water, and witch water can convert one mob into another. So what we'll do is we'll grab some of the witch water out of this little automated witch water soul sand mycelium farm. I don't know what this is. Like, mycelium makes water turn into witch water, and then you can use soul sand. I don't know. Regardless, that's not what we're doing right now. I'm just going to take some water and move about my day. And I went ahead and made some dark steel armor. Look, I don't want to die. I am only 201 days into this, and I have at least probably 200 more days to go. So I got to be safe here. It's battle time. So you throw this little like puppet thing in there into the witch water, and yeah, everything's cool. Everything seems cool. And then, oh, look, it's spawning. 26, 29%. Oh, baby. Yikes, that was scary. 2 hearts left? Holy cow, my day's almost ended. The next thing I want to do is I want to use some squid bait to get even just a single squid to farm. I don't need a lot, but I need one. So I made this like water tanks here near my crops over there. Hopefully, eventually it'll come. I know you need to be kind of close, but not too close. Come on, squid, I need you. Oh, it didn't take very long. I got a squid, and I'm going to use my golden lasso to lasso that puppy up. Okay, so now the next thing is, now that I have this, I'm gonna drop the squid right there into this witch water. It turns into a ghast! Oh, baby, I just need one ghast. Okay, I can morph into it now. That did actually kind of scare me. But, so now, okay, so we'll pull out the witch water, we'll get the ghast here, and then I should have an unlimited supply of ghast tears next. Along the lines of trying to get all these different animals, I do need carrots for pigs. Luckily, I have this long 64 block farm here, so I can grab some carrots and make some pig bait next. Okay, that did not take long at all. I got a pig almost instantly, and now I can just use these carrots to speed up his growth. And because I need an adult pig. Come on, buddy. Come on, grow up. Grow up! Okay, and now you're doing the exact same thing. I'm gonna take my adult pig, and and now I got a piglin, and yeah, unfortunately, I gotta kill you, my dude. Sorry. I know we could have been friends, but, well, not gonna happen. Alright, so I knocked off some of the killing mob quests, and now we're going to get back to storage, because I have this big storage room that, unfortunately, it just doesn't quite fit exactly what I need. I need a little bit more autocrafting, a little bit more storage, and I need to reconfigure things slightly. It's just a funny thing, like, I have so much room, since this is, you know, underground and expandable forever, and yet I'm kind of out of room. So I'm using all these dense cables, all different colored so they don't connect to anything, and I'm still freaking out of room. All the time I'm out of room. I did some finagling, and I went from 6 up to 12 molecular assemblers. That doubles, obviously, as you can do the math as well as me, my molecular assembling processing. So it should be good for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, this used a lot of channels, and my controllers are just about out of space. So I'm going to need to figure out how to add more controller faces. Now, you can attach to all sides. I thought it would be cool to not attach to the underside just for aesthetics, but I might need to. Yeah, but believe it or not, I'm actually out of power again because, yeah, every time you add something, you use more power, and yeah. So I am upgrading all of my dynamos up to, what, the third level with both the augments and also the upgrades. Ugh. But I'm out of Grains of Infinity next, so I need to figure out how to get more and faster Grains of Infinity, and you can actually get that from sieving. I just need to maybe make a dedicated sieving area. This is so frustrating. Here I am back in storage again because my items are still going in the wrong storage drawer. So yeah, I think what I need to do is pull everything out and then re-put everything back in so that they go to the correct places. Oh man, it's such a pain. Yeah, okay, I remember now. So I figured out what I did wrong. I had all these import buses. So what I need to do is disconnect the storage bus because it was making a loop. So I disconnected the storage buses. I'm doing all 4 inputs. So I'm emptying out my entire ME system into it. Then I'll disconnect the import or the export bus and then put the storage. But you know what I'm saying? This took ages, and man, look at all that bone meal, but finally I got it figured out. Bone meal may need its own dedicated drawer. I have a lot of it, but I'm going to be voiding it, honestly. After you get over 1,000, I don't know that you need that much more. That's 1,000 stacks, by the way. 1,000 stacks of bone meal. I probably am not going to need much more. So yeah, let's keep it in the die chest and move along. I do want to add more drawers, actually, because I would like to have all of my really mass bulk items in storage drawers so they can always be upgradable and also void out all the rest. However, I'm going to be smarter about this one. So this one, I'm going to set up, actually, the import buses immediately first. Then I'll change them for storage buses after. This should save time because look at these freaking chickens. Now, I have turned off this export bus because I don't want to have the stuff coming in, but these chickens are crazy. They're all 10 chickens, and they are laying items like nuts. So I think finally it's time to turn on all of my sieving, turn off all of my chickens, and bring everything back in. And yeah, there we go. Another 16 storage drawers, and I have room for a lot more than that in this little storage room that I have. Things should be good. I mean, honestly, we're getting really close to sort of done storage forever. I mean, this is a lot of storage. But hey, do you remember those 160 4K discs that I made? Well, it's time to import those puppies into another 16 disk drives. I mean, look, we should be good on storage for a long time. Now, of course, every time you increase anything, something else fails. Power's probably going to be an issue soon, but it's not an issue right now, so we'll move on. I mean, this is so cool. Look at all these drives, everything green, all like, you know, not full. So that's a really, really nice change. Oh, we got everything is now on storage buses. We are basically totally good for now. All we just got to do is rehook this up and everything's in the system. Nice. The next thing, I'm thinking about adding just a little bit of these aesthetics here just to make it look like these storage drawers aren't just floating up in the air, which they obviously are. So I made these pillars, but I don't think wood is the way to go. I mean, you know, I want to make this bunker look freaking sweet too, but yeah, you can't have drawers hovering in the air. So I tried actually using stone columns or quartz columns. I think they look a lot better. Just, yeah, it looks like maybe these could actually hypothetically exist. That's good. Things that can exist is a good thing. I had my chickens pause all this time while I worked because I was getting overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. So all of these are going to be completely full and they're all going to go. It's time to turn them on. Let's just see what happens. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this! Those are all items for my chickens that are all just going in the system and being put immediately in storage drawers. But, as you probably guessed, yeah, we're out of power. I knew it was going to happen, but we're out of power. So each of these lava tanks has 8 dynamos on it, and I think I could probably expand that, and I think I need to. I have a solution, though, and that's going to be, of course, more digging. So the problem right now with my power is actually lava production, and I want to add more dynamos. I don't even just want to upgrade them more, I want to add more. So to do that, I need to expand my lava production, which I've done. I added another room here, and each one of these is now attached to 4 cauldrons, which can create a lot more lava. These are all fully upgraded as far as you can go, and I think they should be good. I now have 4 ender tanks feeding into my system of lava. I don't think I'm going to run out basically ever, but I really, really want to future-proof this. So as I add more magmatic dynamos to our system, I'm going to upgrade these all to the 3rd tier as well. The 4th tier is a little complicated for me right now, but at least the 3rd tier, I can put all these puppies in there and then attach another ender tank to them, and I should have 8 more dynamos times 3, because each power tower is going to get its own dynamo stack. So yeah, I'm adding 24 more, no, I'm sorry, I lied, 48 more dynamos. I'm adding 48 more fully upgradable dynamos. Holy cow, this is a big expansion. Okay, now these guys aren't fully upgraded, but they are upgraded to the 3rd tier, and we are good. All I gotta do is slap that ender tank up on top of each of these 3 power towers, and yeah, 48 more dynamos. Man, this is gonna be enough power for a long time, I hope. Oh, if it's not, I don't even know what else to do next. We're gonna have to move into like nuclear power or something. Jeez. I am quite sure that this is going to be the top. Look at this. Look how deep these power towers are. Each one hooked up to its own lava tank, so the tubes don't get too overfull. And yeah, I mean, man, come on. This is an absolute crap ton of power. This should be good, right? I hope. Now, I do want to make this look nice as well. So I want to have nice observation areas. So as people walk by our power tower, they see, wow, hey, look how much power you have. So I did that. So I built these amazing, like, cool little rooms where you can go in, you can see all the power towers. Might do a little divider there, yeah. And you can just see the power towers work. I just think it looks really, really cool. Man, I mean, come on, this is so freaking cool. The other thing is I need maintenance workers to be able to get to these. So I actually built down sort of underneath little maintenance halls. So that way our maintenance workers can get to the power towers without actually just going out where all the people are. So yeah, there are all these little access areas here where they can get and do work. When I say they, of course, I mean me. I can do some work. But also it's really nice for running cables and conduits and all that kind of stuff. The next thing I got to deal with, though, is my workforce is going to have to eat. So I'm going to be buying some seeds. Using emeralds, which I have a whole bunch of, I am going to get fruit trees and seeds and all the stuff I need to plant farms for when my sleeping people wake up. because, yeah, they're going to be asleep for quite a while. But when they wake up, I want to have a whole bunch of food saved. We're moving up to another floor. Up until now, we've only had the first floor and the second floor and also a basement. Now we're moving into the third floor, and the third floor is going to be all about crops. So it's time to seriously deal with the crops. So in addition to adding the third floor, I actually added a lower basement too. I just want a place where I can do all the wiring and stuff in peace, because a lot of my wiring goes down all the way and then comes back up to where I need it to go. Since I'm building primarily vertically and not stretching out that far, it actually makes things a little bit easier, but I need space. I need space where cables can sort of intersect and cross, because they can't touch each other or they will connect, so you have to have extra space. Anyway, blah, 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 whatever. Adding the basement is really helpful. My goodness, I do not even want to say how much time I have spent just digging this area out for this other floor. I kind of forgot about how long it takes, but luckily with this exchanging gadget, it's a lot faster. I can sort of make the upper floors look as nice as the lower floors and just make it look like one cohesive build. And that's, yeah, there's some time involved here, but hey, it's faster with the exchanging gadget than without, that's for sure. Yeah, so right now I am pretty happy with sort of the main area here. Each hall is, well, done. Obviously I have to add more, but I'm really working on keeping the color coding straight so I can see at a glance which hallway I'm in. I think that kind of looks nice. Also, these things light up the place, so that's good too. But it's time to start adding in dirt. Again, thanks to my exchanging gadget, it doesn't take that long. My exchanger, man, this thing saves so much time, and I can just do the floors, the halls. I mean, my goodness. Add this to vanilla, Mojang. That would be so nice. Now, thanks to this market block, I was able to get all the seeds and everything I want. So I've just made a whole ton of power cells, because I'm going to power each farmer block separately, and those are going to give me all the seeds I want. Using one of these flat sort of transfer nodes, I can just transfer right out of the farmer and right into my white ender chest and bring everything into my system. These farmer blocks are really smart though, because they will keep all the seeds to replant first, and then they just put the excess into your system. Very, very, very nice. Spent some time and actually planted 10 more crops, 10 more crop fields, each one different and each one being automatically imported as they grow. I probably need to help speed it up just a little bit because I only have one of each, but after you get started, the farmer block will take care of the rest. I gotta say though, I mean, I planted 10 more, but there are just so many different crops, and I want my people to have all of them. Oh man, each one of these is going to require its own planting field. Oh wow, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here for a while. I actually forgot a couple chickens. I forgot this demon metal chicken and a couple others, so amazingly, I have to actually expand my chicken setup very slightly. So I spent a little bit of time breeding yet more chickens to get those sort of last ones on the tier. But yeah, we gotta head back and make a few more farms. So, unbelievably, here we are making 10 more seed farms, and wow, a lot to go. I mean, a lot to go. This floor is really nice though. I mean, it's so nice to bring some greenery in, something that I didn't really have in any other part of the bunker, and just walking by all these fully functioning and fully planted crop fields, it is really nice, but my goodness, it is a huge, huge area, and we have a long way to go. Digging out even more rooms, I need to start combining these rooms, so I really want to have all of my seeds in one area, and then maybe all of my like fruit trees and stuff in another area. The fruit trees will be much easier because I can run those with bonsai, but I don't think I can do a lot of the seeds, so I want to have actual functioning farms for the people when they wake up. And yeah, it's a lot. You know, I do just wonder when this is gonna sort of end, and part of digging all of this out is I need to charge up my drill pretty constantly. So I'm adding in wireless chargers all over the base. I mean, luckily I have wireless energy, so all I have to do is hook up my wireless energy cell to these chargers, and then every time I walk by, it does a pretty fast and pretty reasonably good job of charging up my drill, so I can dig out a lot more rooms without stopping to charge all the time. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it sped up things quite a lot. So I planned out more, I think 10 more rooms here, and luckily didn't have to stop even one time thanks to all of these wireless chargers that are just embedded within the walls now. Autocrafting and wireless charging has really saved me just a bucket load of time here. But honestly, another thing that would really help is I added a wireless terminal so I can access my stuff. I can't believe I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I added a wireless crafting terminal. So now everywhere I go, I can just pull up my little like Palm Pilot and get out whatever I need in addition to ordering crafts and things like that. So I don't have to walk down the hall. As some of these halls are kind of getting long, especially the crop hallway, that now I can just order stuff anywhere I am within my base. I just need to add more access points to spread out my range. Yeah, however, I do want all these to look really nice. And one thing that I'm really struggling for is a faster way to do this, honestly. The exchanger is great. There's got to be a faster way, though. I got to figure out how to go a little bit quicker in this as I'm doing literally dozens upon dozens and dozens of rooms for crops. Yeah, adding more wireless antennas. I just learned about these. These are really cool. They expand your wireless charging range a lot. So I'm going to need a lot less of these so I can spread them out. Again, I mentioned the hallways are getting quite long in the crop area especially. So now I only need 2 of these instead before I was using 5. So yeah, big difference. These are my, believe it or not, finally, my last 6 seeds in the entire living quad. I only have 6 left, so that means 6 more rooms, and then I'm ready to move on with my life. This has been a journey. It's been a journey, but hey, you know what? We're down to the last 6. I moved all of the regular crops here as well. One crop that I do need quite a bit of because of summoning mobs down the road is I need actually like wheat too. So I have several wheat fields just to get a nice big backup. Eventually also I might get into fluid cows, and if I do get into fluid cows, I'm gonna need a whole ton of wheat to auto breed those guys. So it's good to have several wheat farms working at all times. Finally, time for this original, my very first crop farm to kind of go away. And I think this might end up turning into maybe a park or something like that because I have all this dirt already placed down. Cover up the water so it'll turn back into regular dirt, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I think it's time for these guys to go. They all have their own fields now. And in fact, actually, all these mobs that are just kind of randomly popping up in my grass areas, they can all go live over here. We're all together. Yeah, we'll have a little barn. This should smell nice. It's officially day 250, and I've spent basically this entire 50 days just like farming, which, I mean, it's good. I need to do it, you know, upgrading my power and stuff, but yeah, I'm kind of ready for something else here, but, well, I don't know. Let's see what's next. Well, you know, I mentioned it. I think after looking at the book quite a bit, I think that my next move, and I gotta tell you, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I think the next move is fluid cows. I think I gotta get into them because, you know, I have chickens for all the items, and now I have all my crops planted, but there's a lot of fluids that I really could get, and once I get all those fluids automated, they can stay in tanks. They could even be imported into my ME system. Oh, man. Oh, fluid cows. Yeah, oh, these guys are a pain. These guys are really a pain. So you got to breed them together, and there are some automatic breeding systems, but you got to make like a water cow with a regular cow, and then they can breed into like an obsidian cow. It's kind of endless. It's like chickens, but more annoying because there aren't automatic. There's not like a roost like the chickens have. So one thing that I really do need though is an automatic way to make concrete. So while I'm waiting for my cows to breed, because yeah, you can only breed them every 5 minutes, which stinks. So I want to make a hydrator for my concrete. So I don't really exactly know how to do this. It's kind of new. It appears that the hydrator does need water, of course, so I now have an automatic source of water, and that can go in, insert the water, and I think I can just insert, like, concrete powder and get out concrete, so maybe I could just automate this to just have endless supplies of white concrete. That'd be nice. Yeah, so if I'm going to be automating concrete, well, I need to automate also gravel and sand, and I do have some of that, but a lot of that's getting sieved, and I need to have concrete on command, just as kind of working just all the time. So I have 2 more sag mills, one for sand and one for gravel, just coming off of a cobblestone generator that's very upgraded. Should be good. I mean, it's a pretty serious machine. I'm going to upgrade these with the highest capacitor that I can currently make. This should be very, very fast. Again, it's going to be chewing through my power, but this should be putting in all the gravel and all the sand that I could ever want. Yeah, now next, I need a place to actually put all this. So I want to have some big storage drawers over here where I'm going to be able to put that up to the very highest capacity just for like cobblestone, gravel, sand. And I decided instead of storage drawers, I'm going to go with barrels. Not something I've used very much of, but they have a much higher maximum capacity. Should be pretty good. Look, this is pretty awesome. Look how much I have in there. Already over 200 stacks of cobblestone. It's all being put in there. And then after I get it all imported, then I'll change the storage buses just like I did over in the storage drawers. This should be pretty good for the items I have a whole ton of. Next thing I want to do is get the old hydrator working. It's working okay. Right now I only have one set up because I just am making a whole bunch of this black concrete. I think it's working all right, but yeah, I might need more than one. But hey, you know what? It's time to get the cows. Unfortunately, I have a problem. I can't breed them, and I don't know why. They just won't breed, but I have a suspicion maybe I can't use a regular cow. So I want to try to craft, yeah, here we go, a fluid cow milk. How is that different than regular cow? I don't know. They can breed, I guess. So let's get this regular cow out of here. Try the fluid cow milk and see if these two dudes... Hey, guys, you two. Oh, you will breed. Yep, so that's it. So regular cow, you're dead to me. You know, the nice thing about these flat transfer nodes, first, they're super clean. You don't need a whole bunch of pipes, but also you can make fluid transfer nodes, and that is freaking sweet. So I'm adding all of these cow stalls, so I can put a cow in there. It'll automatically transfer the fluid into all different colored of ender tanks. I should have basically every fluid available in short order. Oops, did I say short order? I mean in infinite time. Infinite freaking time. The 5-minute countdown timer on getting these guys to rebreed really stinks. I don't know if there's a way around it, but man, it is a back-breaking pain. Now, okay, so while waiting infinite time here for my cows to breed, I started adding this witch water timer to my breeder because what I want to get is weather, drops of evil and wither skulls and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if this is the best way to go or not. I need a better way to get sort of the nether stuff. I'm not really sure of how to do it, honestly. Breeding my cows again. Can you believe it? I am. Yeah, it's true. I'm breeding my cows again. Because here's the thing. If you breed, say, this molten obsidian and liquid blue slime cow, there is like a 3% chance that you're going to get either the mom cow, the dad cow, or the new kind of like hybrid cow that you really want. So all the time, like I'll breed these two and I get like another liquid blue slime cow. Well, I don't need that. So that one goes in lava. I mean, goes to the farm up north. And sorry, I did make a little, just don't question where that goes. So I'm in my 5-minute cooldown timer for my freaking cows to breed. And, you know, I was talking about wither stuff. I'm going to need nether stars or wither stars soon, and maybe a lot. So I got to figure out exactly how to do that. And I don't love the system I currently have. Right now, I just have this. It's on a timer. So basically, it kicks out witch water for a few seconds, then takes it out for a few seconds. So then a skeleton can spawn and turn into witch. It's just, this isn't the way to go. So instead, I waited until I got one wither skull and I filled up a soul vial. And I'm wondering if I can make a spawner that will spawn wither skeletons only. It might take a lot of power, but at least then I would get it. It's really great. I'm sitting here with a 5-minute timer on my phone. So every 5 minutes, I go back to breed my cows and then I leave for 5 minutes and go do other things and work on the base. This is not the best way to go about this. Okay, look at that dude. So now, okay, so I'm using, instead of the soul vial, I'm using the syringe. I'm going to try to be able to summon them with RF tools. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Oh, I see. I have to actually hit it to fill it. Okay, so I'm going to fill a syringe with wither skeleton. Right? This should work. I believe this should work. I hope this will work. I do need space for a new mob farm, and I have an idea. Remember these original fields where I just had some grass? I don't really need the grass anymore, so let's use this area to make a mob farm. It's very close to my just general purpose mob farm with these cursed earth, so I think it seems like a good place. I think how this works is you have these spawners on the side, and they sort of beam something over. I don't know how this works. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how to do this. Okay, maybe you only need one spawner, and then you use these matter beamers to actually beam the stuff, because to spawn something, you do need 3 items. So to spawn like a wither skeleton, I can't remember exactly what you need. You need like bones and something else, and then that will beam it to the spawner. So maybe the spawner, I don't know, maybe this isn't where the spawner goes. Okay, like infinite trial and error later, I figured out how this works. So these do have to have RF, or like a signal to turn on, and they do need power, and then you put the item in there, and then that can be piped in or whatever. So you have 3 of the matter beamers, and I put them separated. See how they're beaming to the spawner, and then the spawner beams right on top of it. It'll bring in the mob. So it does require power. There is a cooldown, and it requires quite a bit of items. But if I have the items, I should hypothetically be able to get a whole bunch of wither skulls, which is going to lead me to getting nether stars soon. Now, I have an idea that maybe I could use chickens to power this whole thing. I think that should work. I mean, I have lots of chickens, and they are really fast once I get them going all the way. So I'm actually just making some more chickens just to have a whole bunch of them on hand. Now, one of the things I need to summon these wither skeletons is actually netherrack. And the way you get netherrack is by putting redstone into a stone barrel with lava in it. So with those redstone chickens I just made, I can now pipe this redstone straight into this barrel, which is getting automatic lava filled. And that should, if it works, give me netherrack. Then I can take that netherrack and pipe it straight into one of those matter transfers. And that one should be completely automated. Now, there's going to be a few other holdups, but at least 1 out of the 3 is done. Okay, it's pretty slow. It's working, but it's slow. After coming back from breeding my cows again, I checked, and yeah, the netherrack is actually right now currently the holdup. So I'm going to expand that by 3. Add 3 more cauldrons, pumping in lava. The redstone is fine. It's the lava that's not fine enough. It's just going through it too slowly, so we're going to triple that. The other thing you need, one of the other things, is wheat. And so I made 1 wheat field, and I think what I might end up doing is tripling that as well. So that way we'll have netherrack and we'll have wheat completely automated. Again, bones is the one holdup. Right now I'm using my main farm, but it's not great. In order to speed up my wheat, you can actually use worms. So I have this one grass field I haven't done anything with, and I'm just hoeing it every once in a while, and you occasionally get worms when you hoe specifically grass. So hopefully I can get 9 worms, and then I'll let the grass respread, and I'll do it again and again and again. Worms do speed. They're like automatic bone meal for your crops. Another thing you can do to speed up crops, because I'm trying to not end up tripling my wheat, is I'm trying to just use 1, but you can add a sprinkler. So I added the sprinkler in here, and it's a pretty noticeable effect once I added that. Like, I'm going to be getting quite a bit of wheat. Here's why I needed the wheat, in addition to just the skeleton, is I want to automate breeding my cows. And to do that, it takes an absolute ton of wheat. So you'd use this wheat and you make this special powder stuff that can automatically breed the cows, so I don't have to constantly going back there every 5 minutes. Pretty nice. Okay, I wildly underestimated how much wheat it takes to automatically breed these cows. It's insane. So even with my new wheat field that I have that's going into my spawner with the worms and the sprinkler, it's not nearly enough. So I am going to have to add more fields indeed, and I'm going to add more fields with more worms and with sprinklers just to breed these guys. Again, this is all to save me going back there every 5 minutes. It's worth it. So 2 more wheat fields on the way. Boom, there we go. 2 more wheat fields with sprinkler and worms. Should be good now, I hope. Oh, geez, I hope. I am so tired of digging out fields, honestly. I've spent so much time digging out crop fields. You know, I mean, you do what you got to do, but yikes. Okay, in just the amount of time I was digging out those extra fields, I was able to get a couple of wither skeleton skulls. So it's a good start. It's not super fast, but it is going to be running basically all the time as long as the bones that I get can keep up. And that is still kind of a problem. That's kind of a bottleneck of my system. I don't know if you can hear, but they're building a house literally right next to me right now. So there is just constant pounding. I'm trying to record within the pounding, but if you hear it, well, that's what's going on. I'm not beating on my own wooden head here. It's actually people building a house
next to me. So I organized my mob storage to add in sort of the wither stuff, including the drops of evil and all that other stuff. But this should probably eventually go into my ME system. It's taking up a lot of space, and also I don't have real access to it. So yeah, I think it's time to probably put all that automatically in. Yeah, well, in an effort to speed up my harvesting of my mob farm, I actually took down everything, and it's all going to go to a white ender chest, as I usually do, and that should speed up things pretty darn well. However, this is all in an effort to get more bones. So one of the things I had to do was remove that witchwater stuff. Since now I have a wither skeleton spawner that's going all the time, I can get rid of the witchwater completely and really focus on just bringing in more bones. But I might need even more space, unfortunately. I might need maybe another mob farm, which is going to be a whole bunch of junk just to get more bones as fast as I can. I made another color of ender chest just to hold only bones, and that's just going to be gray. Is it dark gray, light gray, I think? And that way, that'll have hopefully full of bones at all times, but we'll see, because that with the spawner really chews through them quickly, as you can see right here. Yeah, it's going through, oops, that's not the right thing. It's going through the bones really fast. Still the bottleneck. I got to solve this problem. I actually spent a decent amount of time trying to figure out, because there is such a thing as a bone chicken, but I was pretty sure I knew the answer to this, but yeah, it's just a bone meal chicken. It doesn't kick out bones, and you can't make bone meal into bones, or that would have solved my problem completely. Well, during all this time that I've been messing around, I've actually gotten a decent amount of wither skulls, so I think it's time to actually make the wither summoning area. And there are some blocks that are witherproof, and I'm absolutely going to use those because I do not want a wither chewing through my bunker. So this is going to be the area that we summon the wither in. Should be good. I'm going to need a big basement to deal with everything, so I'm going to make it out of these sort of, I don't know, reinforced plate looking blocks, so it makes it look like it's pretty secure. Unfortunately, I need more obsidian, so I just started making more because these are pretty pricey for the wither-proof blocks. It's really slick. There's actually even wither-proof glass, so it, believe it or not, is now officially wither fighting time. I'm not going to bother automating this. I don't need that many wither stars. I just need enough, so I can just put these on here, and I have a grinder, which does kill the wither almost instantly. So let's just see what happens. This guy's going to blow up and be dead, right? Just like that. Maybe I was a little bit close, but yeah, just like that, he's dead, and I got a wither star. Now, again, I'm not automating this. I can do this by hand. Not a big deal whenever I need more, but yeah, pretty quick. I actually made a little experience obelisk here where you can just store experience. I mean, granted, you know, if I die, the world's over and all that kind of stuff, but it might be a nice place to be able to have access to that for either if I want to enchant things or however, just a place to just store the experience I get. Not that I get that much, but I have access to it because I do get those solidified experience orbs, which you can just like throw on the ground and get tons of experience. So yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I want to try this. Apparently, there's something you can do with the chickens where you hit a chicken with a stick and it becomes like an angry chicken. Look at those eyes. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to hit it and just... I'm a little nervous, honestly. I have the grinder off. So, I don't know. I'm just going to hit it. Hit it. What's he doing? Oh, he's getting angry. Oh, look, his wings are going crazy. Yeah, kill it. Kill it. Okay, killed it. Yeah, okay. That grinder's amazing. Okay, and what did I get? I got a chicken stick. What do I use the chicken stick for? I don't know. Okay, I did a little reading in the book, and yeah, so there's apparently a thing where you can do with an ender chicken. I think this is, since the end is like a stone block, like, you know, it's not like a regular end. So I think what I can do is I'm using some of this wither glass. I'm going to try to summon the, I'm going to again use a grinder. Summon the ender chicken in here. I really don't know what to expect. Really at all, honestly. Give this thing some power and, I don't know, let's see what happens. I thought I was just supposed to throw a diamond block and like an egg in there, but that didn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, you just throw it on. Oh, I missed. Oh, it's summoning. Look, there's summoning bar. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Something's going on. This is new to me. This is new to me. I mean, okay. That looks... Okay, that just broke the cave. Oh, that just broke the wither cave. Okay, it's much bigger than I. Oh, I'm in trouble. It's much bigger than I thought. Throw the weatherproof glass up there. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, surely I'm safe here, right? Surely I am. How big is? Oh my! Can you see how big that is? Look how big the ender chicken is. Okay, now full disclosure, there's something wrong with this mod pack right now. I did kill the ender chicken the natural way, but I need Dragon's Breath to progress in this mod pack, and I can't get it. So I went into actually a creative test backup copy of this world, and yeah, it just doesn't work. There's like a broken something. So I want to show it on camera because, you know, say what you want about me, but I'm not a cheater. So I want to show you can't get Dragon's Breath or Ender Chicken Breath, whatever it's called in this mod pack, any other way. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, cheat that in. So I went back into my main world and I did just like cheat it in as if I got it the right way. I don't know any other way. It just didn't work. And there's no way to progress without it, unfortunately. So yeah, so full disclosure, I showed it, so I'm not a cheater. But here's why I needed the Nether Star and the Ender Chicken Breath, the Dragon Breath, whatever, is to make a Philosopher's Stone, because we're getting into Project E. This is going to be the answer to everything going forward. I forgot that Project E was in this pack. But yeah, with this, we can automate literally everything. We just need to get some of this sort of dust to start with, and then once we do, man, that's it. Everything else can be automated. This is going to be really, really fun, but I need to figure out how to actually start collecting EMC to get that. One of the first things that we have to do is get into Draconic Evolution a little bit. So I made a Draconic Evolution, what's it called? A fusion? Yeah, fusion crafting. And I'm going to start with, if I can get it to go the right way, I'm going to start with that first and see what else we can do. Because a lot of stuff, what Draconic Evolution fusion tables, they can change one thing into another, and that's the only crafting mechanic for some of the really advanced stuff. So I have it, I think, set to automate. We'll see if anything goes into the right places, but I think I have this all set up right. After a decent amount of charging, I think this can actually make an energy collector, just a tier 1 regular old energy collector, which can start to collect EMC basically for free, like just from the quote sun. And I realize that we're in an underground bunker, but you know what I'm saying. It's Minecraft, right? Oh, it's going, it's charging. You're making a furnace into an energy collector. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of them to do this, unfortunately. And to do that, I'm gonna actually need 9 more nether stars to get up to sort of the next level of it. But at least for right now, we have some fusion crafting going on. Hey, look, it's my Tinker's Construct smeltery. I haven't seen this in a while, but I want to make a cleaver. And the cool thing about a cleaver is you can upgrade it to have a really, really high chance of beheading. And with beheading, you guessed it, we're heading back to the Wither Skeleton farm. This cleaver can be upgraded again to add like luck and beheading. You can get a lot of skulls really quickly, but I don't want to stand there and kill these things. I need to figure out some way to automate this. But boy, that's going to be complicated. Yeah, so right now I'm just killing them. I open up a little hole and I'm just standing there and I'm getting in a decent amount of wither skeletons, but I don't want to stand here for the rest of my life. Gotta figure out how to upgrade this. But for right now, okay. For right now, it's okay. And with that, I got 9 more wither skulls after just a little bit of grind, and I'm able to upgrade this to a second tier of, is it called an energy collector? I think it is, but yeah, second tier, it does a lot faster, like an infinite amount faster. This is gonna be the highway to a lot more stuff. Yeah, and here it is. Here's my first energy collector all set up, and I'm going to be making an alchemical chest in it, which is going to be basically for free. Anything I put into this chest becomes EMC, which can give me 1 faster. So I need a faster way to make this, and I think I can use chickens. So by using my mechanical crafter and my philosopher's stone, I'm able to actually make this stuff, which is all different kinds of fuel from Project E. Each one of these can be automatically crafted, and then once I do that, I can actually just dump them into my energy collector, which should then create EMC way faster than just getting it from the sun. My goodness, this is super complicated. So I have a couple diamond chickens and a whole bunch of coal chickens. It requires a lot more coal than diamonds. And some mechanical crafters which are making blocks and which are combining everything into all these different fuel sources. I think this will work, but just getting all the pipes and all the conduits to go to the right places, it is a headache and a half. I have been just sort of sitting here, drinking my coffee, trying to figure out how to make this work quite a bit, but I think I'm on the right path. It's just complicated. Oh, it took a while, but I figured it out. And then actually, after I figured it out, I doubled it. So we're getting dark matter right there. That dark matter is worth a ton of EMC. So I can just pick it up and dump it into my chest and get a lot more EMC, which it's kind of like a ball rolling downhill, like a snowball, right? At first, it starts with just a little bit, but then the more you make, the more you can make. So the more dark matter I make, I add EMC, then I can add more energy collectors, and just as it rolls downhill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And yeah, we may need to even enhance this more, but it is working and it's completely free, which I like a lot. Yeah, I expanded again. Again, more chickens. I'm making more chickens. Look how many cold chickens I have. I've actually been breeding them in this room just to save time from walking back and forth. But look at how many cold chickens I need to just keep up with the production. The diamond chickens are doing fine. It's these cold chickens that, and these are all 10, 10, 10 chickens. I mean, it is nuts. They're super fast, but still not keeping up with how many I need. Yeah, the next thing I've got to do, right now I am still killing wither skeletons by hand. I have got to speed this up. I mean, I'm getting a lot of skulls, but I just got to figure out a way that this can run sort of without me here. Kind of a pain. But look, it's really expensive, but it's worth it, because once we get into Draconic evolution, stuff is rolling. So I'm going to upgrade my fusion injectors to the next tier, which requires a lot of stuff. They're very expensive, but once I do, then I can actually tier the very highest, the awakened blocks. And yeah, that is some serious endgame level crafting. I am using even more of these. I just keep on adding more and more. These are all tier 3 now. So now we're starting to collect some pretty fast EMC. I'm making these little like clusters, and look how much faster it is. I mean, I'm getting thousands of EMC like every second now. And every time I make more, I just keep expanding. This whole room that I built is going to be full of these. This is going to be pretty darn fast. 3,000 diamonds just for my one diamond chicken. And then what I can do is I can just dump these diamonds in, and look at that. So I'm just getting more and more and more EMC. I mean, the runaway snowball going downhill is running away and going downhill. Oh, I may have found a little bit of a cheat in this mod pack. TerraSteel chickens. TerraSteel chickens at 10, 10, 10 still produce TerraSteel ingots really quickly, but TerraSteel ingots is an absolutely insane amount of EMC, like a crazy time insane amount. So if I bought a bunch of TerraSteel, look at that, look. I mean, if I got a whole bunch of TerraSteel chickens that were all 10, 10, 10 chickens, man, we would be in business. This is a nuts amount of EMC. Those are tier 3 energy collectors, by the way. Yeah, crazy. And believe it or not, we are on day 300 officially in this bunker. I have one more 100 days left in this. If you're excited to see the series, definitely let me know. But I'm psyched about it. I mean, I'm psyched about the bunker. I'm psyched about how far we've come. If you're wondering, I think I put it in the beginning of the video, but there's a lore segment telling us about James, about what he's doing right about now. The Inquisitors have done something to this world. I'm stuck 8 million years before the time of Steve Tepic and his resistance against Cal, but that's not my only issue. The Inquisitors have somehow sent a zombie plague to this world, and it is spreading wildly, wiping out all human life. At this rate, when Steve Tepic is teleported here, there will be no humans left for him to recruit to our fight. The Oracle has the power to teleport me to Steve's time, but I can't go now because, thanks to our evil friends, the two timelines are diverging. The only chance we have is to help save enough people here in this time and somehow freeze them for 8 million years until Dr. Tepic arrives here. We have to defeat Cal, and if we don't, he will continue on and destroy all life in the entire universe. I have to stay here and find a way to help save the people remaining on this planet. I just don't know how yet.
I need to save everyone left. The zombies are everywhere on the surface.
There's so few people left of the millions that used to walk above.
I can't leave this time and leave them all to die. The world would be a dead wasteland, Oracle.
But James, the timelines are diverging. Once they split, there will be nothing I can do to save you.
I know. I just have to find a way. I need to think about it.
Picking up here on day 301 with cows. Oh man, I don't want to spend 100 days working on cows, but I need to because I want all the fluids. I want all these liquids absolutely automated, and oh, what a pain. On the other hand, though, the terrasteel chickens are absolutely amazing. They are going to unlock everything with EMC. This terrasteel is cracked for EMC. It's unbelievable. Each ingot that I get from these chickens is an absolute like crap ton of EMC. This is going to be the key to my survival in this bunker. Even using these sort of solar things, this is nothing compared to this terrasteel. Look at the difference. I mean, I want to get a whole bunch of red matter just for other building things, and yeah, I mean, the solar things are really useless compared to terrasteel chickens. You know, sometimes I wish I had a whole bunch of nether stars. I mean, I can get them. It's not so bad. It just, you know, it just takes a little bit. I do have my wither skulls all automated and all that kind of stuff, so I just have to kill it individually. I don't think there's a better way to get this stuff right now. Okay, yeah, there we go. I guess maybe I don't need to kill the wither a bunch of times. Look at this! Terrasteel! Oh, I love you, terrasteel. I love you. I want to marry you, ingot. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to make this energy condenser, and yeah, more of this fusion crafting. There's no EMC in this. I got to do it old school style, old school being this. Okay, I gotta say, I was kind of crushing on these energy condensers, but the Mark II is a lot faster, and these are just gonna run all the time, so yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's basically absolutely instant. That's pretty sweet. But you know, looking towards the future, keeping energy going in this base is really, really critical. And one thing that I definitely want to have is I want to have a backup just in case things go bad. I mean, there's no returning to the surface for me. This is where I'm going to live for a really long time. So if I run out of power, I'm just going to kind of like starve down here. So I'm building a giant battery backup that's just going to be full, and I'm not going to use it. It's just going to be a full of energy that I can have on hand all the time. Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, I'm getting 5,000 RF per tick just constantly flowing into this thing. It's going to take a while, but honestly, at this point, energy is free. It's just, I don't have a ton of it, but it's free. So, you know, I got nowhere to go. Okay, yeah, so I was just saying, I got tons of energy. Well, guess what? I ran out of energy. So I'm adding a second floor to my lava generating. Man, you know, hopefully this is the last time I have to do this for a while. I just expanded not long ago. Little bit of grind later, and I got all of these cobblestone generators going in to make lava, so, you know, hopefully, geez, you know, hopefully this is good. There's quite a bit of lava coming out. I do want to make it look cool, so I found these sort of cylinder blocks here, and I don't know, make it look like things aren't just floating randomly in space. I think that's kind of a cool look. I don't know if stone's the right answer, but it does look kind of cool. I made one awakened draconic core, which is what I really need, and I need a lot more of them. I wonder if I can use my EMC to make a whole bunch more of these. Boy, that would be freaking nice, wouldn't it? Since I have so much ingots just sitting around waiting to be used. Can I use this? Can I do it? Oh, I can do it. Oh, baby. Okay, so that was a pain to make one, but now that I made one, I get all the ones that I want. That is freaking nice. Oh, look, I'm so fancy. Oh, man. I love this armor. And, you know, I'm not really planning on going to combat anytime soon, but I do look freaking sweet. Now, goodbye, Dark Steel Armor. We had a good run of not doing much, but look, I lied a little bit. I said I wasn't going into combat soon, but I actually might be. I want this Awakened stuff. Oh, boom, there it is. Look at that Awakened Draconic Armor. Oh, it can fly. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, I got a chicken to kill. I'm a little nervous, but yeah, this is pretty powerful armor. Oh, I don't want to lose this cleaver. It is freaking awesome for killing wither and getting skulls and stuff. I don't really need them anymore now that I can make nether skulls, but still, you know, it's nice to have. Now, before I even think about getting into combat, I do need to upgrade my bow. It takes a really long time to upgrade this stuff. However, now that I'm going to get it, I'm going to get all, not only Awakened armor, but also Awakened weapons. Yeah, this stuff is going to slay pretty much anyone I need to slay. Like, each upgrade that I do requires different tiers and a ton of power. In fact, so much power that my energy blocks weren't even enough. It wasn't even outputting enough. So I'm hoping that this upgraded RF energy thing will actually bring enough energy in here, because it was just taking forever. Now, you know, kind of going back to my lava, I just realized that as great as these superheating blocks are, boy, Awakened Draconium block is way better, and it's basically free for me now, so I'm replacing all of this underneath my lava generation. This is going to make it nearly instant. I don't think these hoppers are actually fast enough. I mean, they're pretty quick, but yeah, I'm melting cobblestone faster than the hopper can move it in. So just to be safe, I'm actually going to put the tier 3 cobblestone generators, which I just enhanced all of them, and then I'm going to use these conduits, which are basically instant. I think they move 64 blocks at a time in, just to make sure that we don't have a hold up in the actual cobblestone portion of my lava generation. Okay. Once again, change this. I like it. It's, you know, I don't know. I like seeing those draconic blocks, but they are, wow, they are bright orange. That's okay. We're not going to be in that room all that much. So now the next thing is I want to see if my RF is keeping up to my draconic crafting, and believe it or not, it's not. I mean, man, I got a lot of power going, but yeah, they are not keeping up. I actually need more power. I'm draining my battery. My battery is 0. What the heck is going on here? Well, I have to kill the ender chicken, and thankfully, with this really, really good armor, it's basically toast. It can't even really hurt me, honestly. It tries, it wants to kill me. Goodbye, ender chicken. You're dead. Goodbye. You had a good run. See you later. Go into your death spiral. Would you just die? Why do you take so long to die? Finally, okay. So the ender chicken was no problem, so let's summon a chaos chicken, shall we? Yeah. Spoiler alert, this turned into a real big problem. So yeah, I burnt through all of my RF batteries, which is what powers my shield, and I just ran away. I ran away. I ran away from the Chaos Chicken. I'm going to address that later. I need more power just to recharge my armor, so I learned the recipe for the max upgrade for my dynamo. This is max. This is the highest level, and I made 100 of them. Big time armor upgrade. I'm really, really, really hoping that I can get strong enough to beat the Chaos Chicken. Yeah, it takes more power, more upgrades, but I did it. And to do it, yeah, I need to use this extreme crafting table. This is new for me. Okay, are you even serious with this recipe? I mean, what? What? Come on. Really? This is for a neutron collector, which is part of this new sort of mod that I want to get into, but oh man, what? So yeah, we're going after neutron star collecting, and yeah, to do that, I'm gonna need a whole new wing of, oh man. I don't know what I'm doing. This is brand new territory, and I'm gonna have to do some reading. Boo, reading. You know, honestly, I don't know what these are, but I figure if some are good, a lot are probably better. So I'm gonna make a whole bunch of these and just get them running to chew out some neutron star parts or something. I don't know. I made a bunch anyway. Let's see. Now I have an idea. I have something called a watch of flowing time, and I want to know, is it possible that once I activate these, this thing will actually make these machines run fast? Oh my goodness. Yes, it is possible. Look at the difference. That one right by the watch is super duper fast. Oh, baby. We are going to get a whole bunch of watches going on. Oh, man. This is like cheat mode. Okay, seriously, look at this. This is almost embarrassing how fast these are now. Now that I have all of these going and activated, I am getting a ton. And then I can craft these things into the next level and then those into the next level to get the ingots, and like it just keeps on going. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty darn good. All right, it's chaos chicken time. Here we go. First thing I gotta do is I gotta go beat this thing with my chicken. I don't have my chicken stick. I forgot my chicken stick. Darn it all. All right, as I was saying, chaos chicken time with my chicken stick. I'm gonna beat the shield off of it first things. Then I can use my new incredibly upgraded gear and take this dude down. Is it going down? Oh, he is actually going down. Okay, last time his health bar did not go down at all. Let's destroy this mofo. Just like that, the Chaos Chicken is done. Goodbye, Chaos Chicken. I hope to never have to fight you again. Please let your drops have EMC so I can never do that again, ever. Oh, and sure enough, it does have EMC. Oh, I'm so happy. Unfortunately, however, I do need a dragon egg. Now, I gotta go back to the Ender Chicken. This is not a big deal. I beat him with my not upgraded gear, so this should be a pretty darn quick battle. And it was. Super quick battle. Didn't take much at all. Barely even did a scratch of damage against me. Oh, I am a god in this world. Woo! Now, why did I need the dragon egg? Well, I need the dragon egg so I could make more of them, so I can make the transmutation table. This is the game changer that I've been waiting for. Now I have access to everything forever that has EMC, at least. I mean, you know, mostly everything forever, right? Mostly everything. Okay, cool.
James, have you figured out the cryotubes?
I have, kind of. Yes, I can freeze people, but there's just no way to keep them frozen for 8 million years until the time of my friends Steve, Fred, and Edwin.
Time is of the essence, my friend. The timelines continue to split from the zombie-infested dead world the Inquisitors have set in motion, and your original timeline.
But if you teleport me to the present day and I leave all the people here to die, there won't be any people left for the war effort against Cal and his AI armada when Steve Tepic arrives here.
You'll have to decide soon, James. Once the timelines split, I won't be able to help you.
My goodness, I have been working on these cows for so long, and you know, I have 3 rows now full. I'm getting all the liquids, but yeah, it is a grind. The 5-minute cooldown timer on how long it takes cows to be able to breed really stinks. You know, I have so much new power now that I'm actually able to do some things that are really, really cool. Like, for example, I can make a regular old mob spawner. Oh man, that opens up some really interesting possibilities. Let's go upstairs. I don't know that I necessarily need this, but yeah, putting these watches of flowing time is really fast, but it actually works for chickens too, so yeah. This is crazy. I'm getting into crazy bonkers territory of technology. I made a second terrasteel chicken wall with 3 more rows of terrasteel, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a whole bunch of watch of flowing time and just kind of go nuts with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this power, but it's gonna be a lot of EMC. All right, I fully admit this is overkill. I mean, this is crazy nuts. Like, this is crazy nuts level. I'm starting to make these singularities. These things are enormously huge, but I'm making them really fast. So yeah, this is really insane. You know, there are a few other things I'd like to do here with projects, but I think power actually is still kind of a issue here. Now I'm getting this Magnum Star Omega, which is huge, but I need power and I need a lot of it. I gotta figure something else out. Lava is not gonna do it for much longer. Even just checking this thing, I mean, now I upgraded the input and I'm getting a lot more input, 100,000 RF per tick, but still, lava, this is not my final endgame answer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, actually, without the buffers, it's even worse than that. So I took out all the other batteries just to see how much I'm actually producing, and I'm actually only producing 47,000 RF per tick. That's not that much, actually. So the problem when I'm filling that giant battery is that it's using up all the power, so my other machines are actually stopping. So I took out all but one side to sort of cap how much is going into my battery, and now 20,000 per tick, leaving me like 25,000 per tick to use for my regular machines and to, well, keep the lights on, basically. I think it's just time to go all in on power, though. I can't keep doing lava. It's time to go in for the rainbow generator, and this is extra utilities, and this is a massive, massive amount of building, but we're gonna do it. Okay, yeah, it's a lot. So to make a rainbow generator, you actually have to make every single other generator in the mod, which is a lot. It's like 18 or so furnaces, and they all have to be running at the same time, which is going to be a huge amount of automation. I started crafting. I'm going to use chickens for everything I can to keep these running, but there are some things that require like different dyes. Some things require organic. Some things require death. This is big. The earliest pain in the butt one to go is a potion generator, which generates power from potions. And to automate potions, it requires a lot, and different potions have different amounts of power that they make. So obviously, the more complex potion, the more power it generates, which means the longer the power generator will stay on. However, the downside is more complex potions are more complex to automate. So yeah, this is a serious headache. By using different chickens for like emeralds and netherwort and bone, I think this is gonna work. Then I just gotta take out the glass bottles, refill it with water, and then make a new potion. So it's not running all the time, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe if I can just expand the chicken area. In trying to expand the chicken area, I just realized what a big dummy I am. I've been sitting around waiting for chickens to breed so long, and I put some watch and flowing time, and of course they breed almost instantly. It's like, I'm so dumb. Why wasn't I using these for so long? Urgh! I'm getting there quickly with all these different potions, saving probably the hardest for last, which is gonna involve cows. And yeah, you know how much I love cows, but yeah, I need death, I need cows, I need liquid. There's a few more hurdles here, but we're getting closer in this wall of furnaces. Now I just need milk. Is this gonna work? Oh, that didn't work at all. Oh, that was a regular cow. Oops. Okay, as I was saying, I just need to drop an anvil on this cow and put it in a jar, and there we go. Now I have this little self-contained milk thing. I don't know, maybe make a couple of them, but hey, cow, get in my jar, would you? Oh, this has to be buckets of milk. I got all these automated milk things, but that's not gonna work. It has to be in bucket form for the generator. Oh man. Okay, look, I'm not even going to describe all these different generators, but yeah, so we're using EMC for most of them here, and just using a TerraSteel chicken to generate the EMC, and then getting whatever item I want. It's just one coop with like the maximum amount. I mean, we got this is crazy. Pink generator, overclock generator, potion generator. There's all the generators, and they all have to be running all the time to make the rainbow generator work. If even one of these like 16 furnaces turns off, rainbow generator stops, which is going to power my entire bunker. So I need to make sure my automation is for real. The last and most complicated generator is going to require enchanted gear because it's a disenchanter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some cursed earth, and just hopefully it spawns enough mobs wearing enchanted gear that it can disenchant that gear and power a furnace. I don't know if this is the best way to go about it or not. I don't really want to use an enchanter. Oh, I waited for a while, and mobs do drop enchanted gear, but not often enough, not nearly often enough, because it chews through it really quickly. I mean, I'm just voiding so much stuff, and yeah, this is not working. Well, after an absolute ton of work, I had to actually remake all those generators again just to make the rainbow generator, but I finally did it. Oh, please work, rainbow generator, please work. And also, please don't blow me up or the base. It's the moment of truth. I want to put it on here and just see if it works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, so that means one furnace is off, I think. I think that's how it works. Maybe it's too far away, too. That might be a problem, actually. Okay, I went and checked, and they were all running except for the slimy generator. There was one that wasn't working, so I need to just get that last one going. And actually, the other thing is all their buffers were full, so I'm going to use this redstone thing to just dump their energy, because I don't care about their energy. If the redstone, if the rainbow furnace is working, I don't need any of the energy for these. So I'm just going to dump all of their energy and then see if the main actual generator works. Holy crap, it works! Okay, well, it works intermittently. So intermittently means that one furnace is turning on and off, or maybe more than one, but at least one. But it works, and when it does work, it makes an absolute crap ton, like Endgame forever amount of energy, which is nuts. I mean, it is nuts. Unfortunately, my battery's already full, so I can't even tell how much it's making, but it's making a lot. So I want to get on some more machines, and actually I need pink slime to get into the next thing, and I'm not 100% sure how to do it. I think maybe you just dump pink slime on the ground, maybe? I don't know. That didn't seem to really do much. I kind of thought that would, but yeah, it didn't. Oh wait, it did. It just took a little while. Hey buddy, hey, I need a pink slime ball. Thank you, that's all I need. Just the one pink slime ball. Now, crazy enough, this is the only way to get these pink slime ingots, which is a really nuts, big, convoluted system. But I need a bunch of these, and they don't have EMC. So I actually have to do this, you know, regular crafting style. I thought I would just need one, but yeah, I need a pink slime cow to really, like, sort of build this up. But I'm going to be putting these into my old Tinker's Construct system to start combining it with some different things, including this fluid sieving machine where I'm making it from originally. The reason why I'm really making this all is for a black hole controller. I don't know that I'm going to use these. They hold basically infinite stuff, but I'm like EMC and digital storage now, so like I don't think I need it, but just sort of checking things off the list. It's nice to have one anyway. I gotta actually kill some things with this solarium dagger to get some soul pieces. This is for some extended crafting that I'm not really sure what the point is yet. Man, I could not figure this out for the longest time because I want to automate this, so I want to have like a mechanical user that's actually clicking on this to get these things. But yeah, this took really, truly an embarrassing amount of time for me to figure out how to automate this. I finally did. But yeah, it really took forever. Now, I take those like pieces of soul things and actually just smelt them down old school style to make this tier 3 mob chunk, which is something I need for a crafting material, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you know, there's no other way to go about getting this other than just killing with a dagger. After knocking out the mob drops part of this, I had to return back up here to my potion thing because unfortunately, this is the generator that keeps slowing down. So I need to expand this somehow because every once in a while it stops and that stops my rainbow generator, which does stop all the power from this entire base. After really digging through all the different potions in the amount of time, I think that the Splash Potion of Regeneration is probably the best bet because all that stuff can come from chickens, which is pretty key for my entire thing. So I switched over to using that and hopefully it works better. After letting it run for just a little while, I checked and yeah, it does actually, I'm building up a surplus, which is exactly what I want. So yeah, I think maybe I've got this. I have a good buffer set up within the machines. The problem is the machine itself, the actual potion generator will only hold one. So I need another buffer where I can take all of the potions that I'm making and put them in somewhere waiting to be used. So that way I can hopefully have a nice big buffer. So if anything goes wrong, I'll have some to use. Oh, I hope this works. So I just put a regular old storage drawer there, all locked, and yeah, geez, I think it's gonna work. I don't know. I think it will. It doesn't look that beautiful the way I have all the piping run, but yeah, it seems like it's working. I do have 64 of each thing that I need in there, thanks to my chicken. So yeah, okay. Hopefully it's good. Oh, again, okay. So I had to redo some of the ways that was like dumping out the energy because that was what was happening is so I redid all this stuff to make sure all the furnaces are constantly being drained and running, and yeah, it actually works. I am getting now full-time every single second 25 million RF per tick. The explosion generator is super duper annoying, but it works. Look at it, it works. Look, 25 million per tick. Hooray! Oh, breeding these cows is awful. I do all the fun stuff with tech and automation stuff, and then I have to come down here, and as I'm walking down the hall, you can just imagine me with my head hung low thinking, I gotta get back to my cows. Ugh. Oh, but it's even worse than you think because you know how I was complaining about the 5-minute time? Well, as you get into more and more advanced cows, it's actually longer and longer and longer between breeding them. This is awful. Hey, but back to fun stuff. I dug out another room because this is going really, really well, and I wanted another room to expand upon these singularities. Now, the next thing I need is a neutronium compressor to make these singularities, and yeah, that is a lot of crafting. Seriously, look at this recipe. That's just crazy time. Crazy time. But here's the cool thing. Once you make one, oh yeah, I can use chickens to actually make these compressors form. I only made 3 so far, so there's a bunch more to go to get all of them. But yeah, I can make these singularities, and that is crazy powerful. Time to breed some chickens, time to breed some chickens. It's time to breed some chickens, cause I'm losing my mind. I'm starting to hide clocks kind of everywhere, like, because I want to use these for the neutronium compressor bit, and yeah, I don't want to have, like, clocks. Also, like, graphically, it's a little intense on the computer to see all the flame particles constantly erupting, so I'm hiding them behind walls, and it actually does help with performance. But yeah, I have all the singularities, I think, set up and actually rolling now with hidden clocks of flowing time behind them, and yeah, this is crazy. I really love this. I call it the Hall of Singularities. And would you just look at how cool this is? I mean, man, I gotta say, I don't think I've ever been technologically quite so advanced. This is really, really, really fun. Well, it did not take long at all before I got every single singularity. My Hall of Singularity is now complete, and it is running like a well-oiled singularity producing machine.
James, something has happened.
What do you mean?
In the present day, Edwin has done something. I think he managed to save Toblin a split second before a cow destroyed it, but it's unstable.
What do you mean unstable?
He put it into orbit on the opposite side of the sun from Fixtopia, but the orbit is too fast. It's going to collide.
Oracle, you have to do something.
I may be able to do something. I've been talking to Tracy.
My old ship's computer, Tracy?
She's much more than that now, James. Since becoming completely one with the nanosphere, she's nearly a god in scope and knowledge.
Oh my. Well, what does she think we can do?
It will take everything I have, but I believe there might be a way to save both planets.
I was looking for something to eat, and I came up with this ultimate stew, and the great thing is it has EMC, so I just got to make it once, but it is crazy, and I'm putting it into my transmutation table, and then I can grab a whole stack and just keep them on me. But yeah, this is amazing food. My goodness. Well, the next thing I have to use is all those singularities and plus basically everything else, including the ultimate stew that I just made, to make an infinity catalyst, which, I mean, I guess it's awesome. I don't know why, but it has EMC, so now I have unlimited of them. Yeah, my power is starting to become a problem, actually. Like, I'm making a bunch of it, but I'm not storing any of it. Like, my little puny battery, which is puny now that I'm making 25 million RF per tick when the rainbow generator is on. So I dug out another room because I have a plan. Honestly, this has always been one of my favorite things, but I've only built one, I think, once in my life. It is the giant RF Tools battery, and it's just one of my all-time favorite things. I love it so much. It's really cool. Once you have all the materials, if you have all of it, it will actually literally build itself, which is quite the time saver, and also quite the figure out where to put things saver, which is also super convenient. But yeah, I think we're just about ready to turn this puppy on. Oh, I think I'm literally in love. I think I just fell in love with a piece of Minecraft. I love this so much. I mean, look at the beauty of this. This is a storage device. Now, this doesn't actually make power. You got to make power elsewhere, which is fine because I have the rainbow generator. But yeah, I'm going to make this visible through the ceiling because I think this is probably the most stunningly gorgeous chandelier of all time in the history of human beings ever. I'm not 100% sure how to import power. I think this is how you do it. I think you have one side that imports and one side that exports power. I think so. So I'm just going to import power right from my rainbow generator, and then I'm going to export power to, I don't know, like, I guess to my RF tool battery system. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how to do this. I did it! Look at this. The rainbow generator's going. I am filling this battery up with 25 million RF per tick. This is crazy time. I mean, look at the charge. Oh man, look at that. I'm getting 25 million RF per tick, and I'm still at less than 0.4%. 0.4%. Wow. Oh, wow. I want to get into the chaotic tier of technology, and so to do that I need this enormous craft, and this is pretty expensive stuff. Luckily a lot of it has EMC, but yeah, it's going to take a little while, and you know, fortunately I have a lot of power generating. However, unfortunately, my power is generating here, but this is kind of slow to get the power over to the actual Draconic thing. I might need to figure out a way to get more of this power over to my crafting area. You know, I'm using the maximum tier right now that I have available to me, and it's not enough. I rewired it just to make sure, and yeah, it's just not getting there. The amount of power that this takes is more than I'm able to actually get to over here. Oh man, I am still working on cows. I'm skipping so many hours of working on cows, but the exhaustion is real. Okay, I figured it out. I don't need the mob farm for the enchanted gear. I can use books, and that is actually easy because I have experienced chickens. so I can use the experienced chickens to enchant books and pipe those books directly in. And thankfully, like, books and all that kind of stuff has EMC, so it's not actually that hard. So yeah, basically now my mob farm in the rainbow generator area is obsolete. It was turning off occasionally whenever the enchanted gear generator would turn off, because that was what was sort of the hiccup in my system, and now it's running all the time. We're already at 81% capacity. I don't even know what that TRF number means, but it's a lot. It's a lot. But the problem is right now I'm trying to craft something that requires 4 trillion RF, and I don't have a way to move that over here. So I'm trying to figure out how to make a different kind of hardwired RF transport tubes, because there is one that will transmit unlimited energy, and I think I'm gonna have to use it. Now these are from Thermal Dynamics. These are cryo ducts, and yeah, they're not wireless, so I gotta actually like move them around. And actually none of it has EMC too, so I have to actually use like magma crucibles and fluid transposers and all that stuff just to make these. But once I make a whole ton of them, I should be able to connect this right to my battery storage and then do whatever crafting I want to get, kind of regardless of RF. I am really, really hoping these work. Man, these look so cool. So I dug a little tunnel, and I'm just gonna kind of connect these cryo ducts the entire way over to my Draconic Evolution crafting chamber, and you know, hopefully it powers everything. I did add another elevator. I really love these elevators. I love them so much, just over in sort of my power area, because I've expanded to 4 floors of different power generations just with all the different conduits and stuff I have going on. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this will work. I mean, this is enormous, right? Before crafting all that stuff, I came over and checked my tier 7 sphere, and it is completely full. Oh my goodness. The rainbow generator is still running because I'm going to be using it, but yeah, I'm piping directly out of it into the crafting area. And the final test is, yeah, it's working. I think it's working. Now it's still slow. I mean, it's still slow. This is a huge craft, but it is actually working now. So, all right. All right. Oh my goodness. The Watch of Flowing Time works with the rainbow generator. This is totally off the rails, completely insane. This thing is crafting now so much fast. It was going to take like days or weeks to craft, and now using all these, turning all these on, it is nuts. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. It's like, oh my goodness. The Watch of Flowing Time works with the rainbow generator. I can't even imagine how much power I am generating now every single second. It's unbelievable. I went from thinking like, oh wow, just crafting one of these is going to take forever, to now just setting up to make like 10 in a row, because I can now. I love this power. This is mind-numbing amounts of EMC. I mean, I have 23.1 quadrillion EMC. What am I even going to do with that? I don't even know. I think it's probably time to take down some of these Watch of Flowing Time. I just don't think I need them anymore. Like, I'm kind of rolling in stuff now. Those singularities are doing as much or more than all this terracotta stuff. So, yeah, let's chill out a little bit on this. Okay, literally in the time it took me to just go take those down, I came back and I'm at now 253.6 quadrillion EMC. What? And, you know, I'm drowning in this EMC, so I went ahead and made this gem armor. I don't know what I need it for. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just made it because I have this really good awakened armor that's better than anything else, but you know, let's just make it all, I guess. Ow, something I've been kind of avoiding is the mechanism path, because I don't find it that fun, but I need a very specific material. So I had to make a bunch of mechanism machines and power them up so I can get that. This was really challenging to figure out. I mean, really, really challenging. But luckily, the item I get in the very, very end, the thing that I need, has EMC. So I only got to do it once. So after all that, do it one time and move along with our lives. This craft isn't... there's no words. This craft is insane. I mean, look, I have most of these materials now. Not a big deal, but this is totally nuts. But what I'm getting is the transmutation tablet. That's what I wanted, so I can carry around all of my EMC in me, on me, in my pocket. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't need to re-record that. What? 1.7 quintillion? 1.7 quintillion. I have 1.7 quintillion. What? I don't even know what numbers mean anymore. So this is a huge craft, but I can take that tablet they just made, and don't worry, I can just make another one, and I can make something called the Tome of Knowledge. This is so awesome. It unlocks knowledge of every single possible item in EMC. Once I put this in my table, every single thing that's possible is at my fingertips. I gotta say, I was unprepared for this. I can just take any item I want. Like, it's all, everything. It's just everything is right there. It's like creative mode. I was unprepared for this. Now, another thing that you can make here is something called unbalanced clay, and it's basically just a way to have a lot of EMC. I don't know what else it's used for. But I figure, you know, since I have access to everything, I'm just like playing around with all this stuff. This is like a furnace that is apparently pretty much instant. That's kind of nice. And I'm just finding stuff that I didn't even know existed. I mean, it's pretty cool. Ultimate furnace? Yeah, pretty sweet. So I did not know, but the red matter furnace, you cannot move it unless you have a red matter pickaxe. Luckily, I can just grab one out of my tablet. But yeah, I was kind of freaking out. I thought that furnace might just live there for the rest of time. But, you know, I do want to have a nice base to live in, and so I finally made a painting machine with conduit covers so I can actually hide all of my wires running. And I took some time to actually make all of my walls completely, like, see-through and look beautiful and everything. Yeah, it looks really, really, really cool. I love this. I love this base. But, you know, the thing is this base is going to need like people to live in to function too, and right now it's just been me. But so I dug out another tunnel sort of near the cows where I think I'm going to actually live in. Yeah, let's make a nice home. Now, even if most of the people are put to sleep, some crew is going to have to periodically wake up and deal with the you know, mechanics of keeping this bunker functional and all that kind of stuff. So I built a little dining room, little cafeteria, just some places where my crew can actually eat and survive while they're awake. Yeah, look at that. A little waiting line for the kitchen, little place where they can make some food. I mean, this is pretty darn nice. Why didn't I do this earlier? I mean, the kitchen even has its own elevator just to go down and deal with the cows. Because these cows, the grind never stops. It never stops, ever. But, you know, also, there needs to be some rooms where they can just hang out, right? I mean, you don't want to just, like, wake up, immediately work all day, and then go to sleep. Granted, they are going to be in cryogenic sleep most of the time, but when they do wake up to deal with stuff, you know, they're going to be awake for a little while. So I have some rooms, some bedrooms for them to sleep in, all that kind of stuff. Now, we're going to have probably some base expansion as new sort of things develop, and one of those is probably going to be an architecture room. So I put up this deco bench, which has a lot of really, really cool stuff. I can't believe I'm just getting this open now for the first time. I really love the deco bench and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, the architecture craft and all that stuff. So as they wake up, if they need to expand a room, they're going to have the capability to do all that. Oh, look, a sign. That's so pretty. You're not going to believe this. I think I'm on to my last cow. I just need the Evil Infused Cow and the Molten Stellar Alloy Cow to produce something that's not Evil Infused or Molten Stellar Alloy. However, it's only like a 1% chance. You know, I got to build a hospital just in case, after all, there's any sort of injuries on the job. You know, you got a little privacy screens, all that kind of stuff. Really make sure that people feel comfortable as they're getting their liver removed or whatever has to happen, you know. You know, though, while they're in here eating, they might feel cooped up a little bit. So maybe we should create a view, like just something nice that they can look out there and see while they're eating their lunch. Oh, baby, this is so freaking nice. This is so freaking nice. Would you look at that? Oh, man, it looks like outside. I mean, it's not. Obviously, outside is a horrible zombie wasteland, but like out there, yeah, it looks like outdoors. So my plan is to have a crew of 20 that rotates around and wakes up every, I don't know, every 100 years or something like that. These guys got to stay asleep for 8 million years. I don't yet know exactly how that's going to work. I don't have all the kinks figured out, but I should have time to work on that. Okay, and just like that, crew quarters are good and nice. These guys will like staying there. I mean, they're not going to be in there forever, just when they wake up to take care of the bunker, right? And I got all inspired and I decided to make myself some quarters too. And yeah, they might be a little nicer than the crew quarters, but what the heck? I'm the boss. I deserve nice quarters. I mean, look, I have a pool table and a piano and a nice big bedroom. Oh, kitchen. Oh, yeah. I love my house. Oh, I got a bathroom. I'm the only one with a bathroom in the entire bunker. Oops. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot. The crew needs bathrooms too. Let's make them some toilets and, you know, I don't know. I can't. Mirrors? Should they have mirrors? Do they need to see themselves? They might have some serious bedhead after 8 million years. Okay, fine. We'll do showers for the crew too. They can have showers. Everyone can be happy. They can be bathed. That's fine. Okay, well, I gotta admit, these mirrors are really cool. I mean, really cool. Yeah, my frame rate is like 1, but they're really, really cool. Oh, just, oh, oh, oh. You know, a little behind the scenes. I don't show the quest book usually in these things because I think it breaks the immersion just a bit, but I did want to show you if you're curious. Yeah, I've been doing the quest and following on, trying to knock out everything, and I think I've basically, finished the chapter in Project E, and I'm pretty darn close to finishing every single chapter outside of Thaumcraft. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The crew quad is officially done. They have a cafeteria and bathrooms and sleeping places, and I have a beautiful bedroom that is just for me, and they also have little architecture rooms, other different offices for like libraries and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Now, I actually only have a couple days left before the big day 400, and I'm just kind of crossing some T's and dotting some I's and making sure that everything is officially ready and done. I feel really good about this base so far, but there are a couple little things I'd like to deal with. If you remember, back in the 100 day, I found a zombie villager, a zombified villager, and that's sort of my plan to repopulate everything. We got a little simple splash potion of weakness, a little simple golden apple, and let the magic happen. Come on, villager. I need a room for my villagers, and it's time to try this world breaker. Oh, wow. What? Did it just mine out that entire room? Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Are you serious? Is that what this does? Holy crap, this thing! Yeah, okay, maybe I'm not quite ready for the world breaker. It is really intense, but I did make another room for the villagers. So I'm gonna have a little villager breeding area. And when I say breeding, I mean I'm gonna use the RF tools to just spawn them. And to do that, I need to use my syringe. So don't worry, Bob, this won't hurt that, excuse me, Gate. Don't worry, this won't hurt that much. Bob, maybe a little bit. Okay, might hurt you a little bit, but I need your DNA. I need your DNA. I need to repopulate the world. Don't worry about Bob. I'll heal him. I got a splash potion of healing here that I'll throw on him. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm a good guy. See? You didn't think I'd really do it, did you? You didn't think so, because I don't need him, because I can spawn more with the RF tools. Yeah, see, I did it. I did it. I'm a hero. You know, I feel like losing or using 400 days in this bunker. I'm starting to slowly lose my mind IRL just a little bit. So, yeah, let's get this villager spawner and finish up these 400 days here before my mind is, well, not so cohesive anymore. And right on day 400, the Oracle and I have saved the world. We are starting to bring people down from up in the surface where they're all dying from the zombie apocalypse. It's time for the Oracle to transport me to my friends.
James, I know what to do.
Okay, Oracle, you sound nervous.
I can save everyone, both now, all the remaining people here, and in the future. I believe I can use your digital storage system to upload them to Tracy's storage. However, I have to do it now, and once I do this, I won't be able to rematerialize here for a very long time. It will take hundreds of years for my power to come back.
But the cryo system we've been working on...
James, it can't last 8 million years, but digital storage can. However, you don't have the power system yet to last that long, and Tracy will require it.
I can build that with the enhanced power I built these last 100 days.
It's not enough, James. If I upload you to Tracy, the power will fail, and Tracy will fail, and there will be no people left on this new combined world.
So I need to stay behind and upgrade the power substantially.
I don't see any other way.
I understand. Oracle, when you rematerialize in 8 million years, tell my friends I love them.